Hey, Marco, you ready for the totally awesome, coolest show ever?
Dude, I am, because I got off with customer service. Listen to me. If you give me one shoe that fits and another shoe that doesn't fit, I thought I was having a problem because it's swollen, but then just, like, check your tags, bro. Check your tags. Check your tags, bro. That's all I'm saying. Check your tags. All right, what's going on? We have a special guest. If you do stay around until after a special guest, I have another shoe story for you all. It's pretty amazing, so you guys might want to stick for that.
Yeah, we usually save shoe stories for later.
That's not what I thought it was going to be. That's not what I heard.
No, I know.
I read something way different about what the story was going to be about.
What was the story supposed to be about? I forgot what it was. Like, Pete asked me like 1 minute before, but I forgot what it was supposed to be about.
Yeah, it didn't say shoe story when you first wrote it.
Oh, it said, yeah. Get rid of the S.
Drop the S up.
Okay, just a quick moment before we say hi to the chat and say hi to Jack, which we should probably have already said hi to him. But if you're going to text to chat, make sure that when you say shoe and you right before you hit the send button, that they keep the S up front, because if not, it spells lady of the night.
90s term.
Yeah.
Well, maybe or
80s codes, all types of different area codes. All right. Well, so today we got Jack with us. Jack is from CBS. Pete, you can introduce him. I have CBSI. He's one of the contributors over there. He's been doing a lot of good work lately. If you guys haven't been following his stuff, kind of breaking down the Marvel situation. We're not going to do our normal show. We're not going to spoil Ultimate Black. Well, we're not going to do the comic book clips this week, so don't worry about that. We're not going to go through the whole comic. We might review it, but we are going to talk about it because he's going to take us through all the upcoming titles, and we're going to tier list those ones out for you. Jack, would you like to say hi? Huh?
Yeah. Excited to be here, guys. Pete and I have been talking about doing this for a while, so glad we could finally do it. Pete's a great guy. Excited to hang out with y'all.
Appreciate it. All right, let's say hi to the guys in the chat that know we're late. Tommy, what do you say? I think the aliens. What's up with the aliens in GT Key Comics? Is this the first one too, or did I miss GT? Tommy's first one. All right.
No, that's the first one I see.
All right, good. I don't know what's going on with the aliens either. I was thinking the same thing. GT Key Comics has been talking a lot about aliens, something about being probed. I don't get it. Maybe he's trying to move out to Arizona. GTT Comics says hi, thumbs up, and then says, "Take me to your leader." I'm worried about him. Somebody check on him, please. Eric, what's good? Hi. Good talking to you this week, Eric. London? Hey, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. All right, what does BK do? Oh, geez, already. GT Key is slacking these days. He is. No, he's still there. What time was that? He got beat by 7 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, 6:30.
Yeah, I know it's early.
That's early.
Yeah, that's 3 hours before the show started.
What does Joe got? What does Joe got? Evening Joe. What does he got over there? What is that?
Is it a
Thunder?
Thundar? Is it Thundar?
Yeah, it's from Thundar.
Is that Thundar?
It's
I don't remember his name, the character's name though, but it's from Thundar.
Okay, there you go. Matthew, what's good? What's up, gang? Let's do this. Thank you, Matthew. We will. Artrell. Hi, everybody. Hi. Dude, get out of here. Get out of here. Come on. I'm not pumping the book. All right. B, what's good? Evening, B from the 313. Good to see you, B. Oh, you know where I just was? Dub? I was by your neck of the wood.
Oh.
I was up John R. and State Fair.
How is that by my neck of the woods?
I don't know whose neck of the wood it was, but all right. Anyways, let's get into it, Dub. Can we get through some news, please? We got to move along.
We can do some news. Let's do it.
All right. Well, let me run the thing first. I got to find the thing, and then I'll run.
I mean, all you live on the east side, right? Everybody.
Yeah. Now we're evened up here, like in the Philly area. We're even up with these Michigan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, Pete, I was in South Carolina. That's in your neck of the woods, right? You live in New Jersey.
That's not true.
Same
you
thing.
live on the east side.
Same thing. That's exactly.
No. It's only an hour away.
Totally same thing.
Yeah, see, B even said it. He knew what I was talking about. All you East Siders, all of you.
People are always saying that North Carolina and Jersey are the same. I hear that everywhere I go.
We just told it. We just told an inside Michigan joke, and the other two guys don't get it. Dub knows that what we were saying, and then proceeds to get those guys to crap on the joke. Thank you, Dub, for that. Thank you.
That's what you get. Now we're running the news.
What's up, Ryan? News. What do you got for us, Dub? Do you have the news?
Yeah, I think so. Can you see everything? Is it on there?
Yeah,
oh,
it's going on.
No, it's going.
So yeah, it's going slow. So there was a lot of different stories. I didn't know like what a top story was this week. There really wasn't any one thing. So I just kind of rolled the dice.
Bundle them together.
I just
Discount.
Speaking of bundle, Warner, Fox, and Disney are going to launch a whole new sports service.
Oh, good lord!
They're joining forces. So ESPN, Fox Sports, and whatever's on Max nowadays is all going to be on one app.
Huh.
Thank God we got rid of cable.
Thank God we got rid of cable. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Just weird. All right, no, we don't need to pay for cable anymore. We're going to pick and choose all the things we want. But we're all going to pay for streaming services.
It's like buying it
all
all.
of a sudden, we're going to get streaming services that bundle all our favorite channels together.
Yeah, but don't really give us all we want because they give us a lot of same bullshit.
You don't want like cable. Yeah. They're basically going back to cable, but via streaming.
So basically, Disney, Fox, and the WB will all own 1/3 of this company, kind of like when Hulu first started and the different companies own pieces of it.
Yeah.
That's their plan, and they're going to do it. Allegedly, it's going to launch this fall, and it's going to feature all kinds of sports, things that are currently licensed to the various different places, so you'll be able to see them all on one app / streaming.
Well, they left out CBS
service. Oh yeah, they did. I didn't see CBS on the list.
I really just think I heard this theory that eventually it was going to move towards a pay-per-view for special event tiers on some of this stuff, and this looks like the possible way they do it because they're going to give you the regular stuff, and then they're going to have a special event, and all you got to do is pay $5.99 more to see the Big Ten playoff, and don't worry about it. It's only $3 more for that extra premium package where we give you the Big Ten playoff, and then if you want the Super Bowl, it's another $2 add-on and another add-on here and another add-on there, and
then for $2 more you can have the Nickelodeon SpongeBob version of the
right. Yeah, the simulcast, right? Absolutely, right?
Yeah,
that's terrible. Well, this is coming, and I don't think there's anything we can do about it.
There's nothing.
I mean, pirated.
So the box office report. Anybody have any idea what the top movie was?
I mean, what could it possibly? What was?
I think it was Argyle, even though it bombed. Right?
Ooh.
Did Argyle?
Exactly what it was. Argyle was a #1 movie in America with a whopping $17.5 million.
Yeah.
$200 million budget.
What is?
It cost $200 million to make. It's got this cast full of just actor. Henry Cavill's in it. This Dua Lipa's in it. The lady, what's her name? The daughter of Patsy, or what's his name from?
Bryce Dallas.
Yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard is in it. So many people. Yeah, Sam Rockwell's in it, right? So yeah, there's many people. John Cena's in it. I don't know if you saw him in there though.
No, you can't see him.
But so another 17.3 million internationally for $35.3 million. Again, this movie cost $200 million to make.
Beekeeper's banging it out, as Joe said. He's right. Still going.
Absolutely. Beekeeper's still up there with another $5 million.
He's mad. He didn't get included in Guy Ritchie's movie. He's like, "What you? After Lock, Stock, you just cut me out now. That's it."
Yeah, that's not a good picture of what's going on in this picture here. It does look.
Well, I mean, technically, it was the best picture I could find. So.
That is the best answer.
Not good for theaters. That's
not good for theaters right now. Although I will say, I am most likely going to the movies next week. And
why? What's next week?
Next week is a Marvel movie will be out next week. So I'll let you figure that one out.
Wait, what's out next week?
There's a Marvel movie coming out next week.
Madam Web.
Oh yeah, Sony. Yeah, so
yep.
Yeah.
We will be going to the theaters. As of right now, we'll be going to theaters to see that movie. So,
tricking us by saying a Marvel movie.
Marvel movie, yeah. Well, technically it is Marvel.
Yeah, very good,
Let
very
me
good.
know if it's 11-year-old appropriate or not, and then maybe that's who'll go see it with me because
Yeah, after our show, like, I'm going next week. So, so this of who is cast in Sonic 3 as Shadow, I didn't want to say this without telling you that is a rumor. So if you got that rumor.
Who would be Shadow?
No way.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! No bullshit. No, no.
Hayden Christensen is
You underestimate.
rumored to be Shadow in Sonic 3. They've already announced Jim Carrey's back, so he will be.
I don't know.
Yeah, so he's coming back. He'll be in it, and then we already have, I believe, Knuckles is in the movie. Sonic, of course, will be back. So
People have
Shadow
a
is
soliloquy on how he hates sand.
it would fit.
Of course.
It would fit. It's free course. But this movie will be out on December 20th of this year.
I like the first two. I will admit, I did enjoy the first two.
Yeah, I don't know how well that's going to go over for him for voice acting, but who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, Shadow's a
We'll see what
pretty
happens.
popular character. Yeah. Hey, Sarah.
And then something kind of a big deal, I guess, is happening.
Come on. What is this guy doing? Cyclops was what?
Hey, BotCon.
Cyclops was not right. Get out of here.
Oh.
All right, BotCon.
BotCon is coming back to Fort Wayne, Indiana for its 30th anniversary show. Yeah, so this is 40th anniversary of Transformers this year and the 30th anniversary of the original BotCon. Fort Wayne, Indiana, this June 27th to 30th for their big anniversary celebration. I don't think tickets are available yet. I saw like vendor information if you want to be a vendor there, or
What's a
if you
table
want
there
to-
cost? That's got to be expensive as shit.
Yeah, I didn't actually look to see what it cost. I
Yeah,
just
that's
thought
gotta
they
be
were on
expensive.
sale.
Yeah.
But I don't have enough Transformer stuff to take to a con, so it's not for me.
Mhm.
I would go
It'd be
check
fun
it
to
out.
go.
Yeah, it'd be fun to go check it out. Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah, walk around.
Fort Wayne, maybe not so fun, but
Hey, they used to have
You have to drive through Gary to get there.
fucking Gary.
exclusive comics and toys. Like some of that stuff is tough to find these days.
Yeah, that's true. There is I think they already announced an exclusive, or they were selling previous year's exclusives on their site. So,
Oh, nice.
and this next one, it's kind of a weird thing, but was kind of interesting, so I thought I would share.
Okay.
3 million smart toothbrushes were used in a malware attack. So, some hackers.
Hold on. Time out. Slow the fuck down.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Do you not know how the fuck to brush your teeth?
Yeah. Why is your toothbrush?
People know how to
Well,
wipe, fucking wash their hands, but shit, they don't know how to
The
brush your teeth
compromised
either.
toothbrushes were running Java, which the hackers exploited to install the malware. The repurposed toothbrushes were then able to send combined like an attack onto some Swiss servers.
That part I get. I
And
get the
causes-
hacking part.
And in other news,
Why do you
there
have
are
your phone
smart
attached to your-
toothbrushes. That was the news.
You got.
I had no idea
devour.
there was such a thing as a smart toothbrush. So
Also, I'm just confused. They were running Java. Like, a lot of shit. I don't know why they got hacked. What is that?
unprotected Java, I guess. It was unprotected Java.
Of course he was hacked. They
If
were
you'll
running
notice,
Windows.
there's not a rubber coating on the toothbrush, so maybe it need to be better protected.
But
I don't know where we're going.
I just don't even understand. Like what? At what the fuck? Like
Yeah.
what? At what point do you need like?
I got it. I got what the next
Obvious.
app is going to be. You know how when you have to put your fingerprint on the phone, you have to like keep moving it around till it's all like 100%.
Absolutely, I'd never use that. Never.
It's a butt wiping app where it'll tell you if you got all.
Oh yeah.
like,
If you wiped
got
all, if you
everywhere.
wiped your ass.
Yeah,
Well,
this is what I was thinking when I read this, and I felt like I had to share. Yeah, 3 million people actually bought these things. That's the news.
You're doing 3 million.
Yeah, 3 million. So
All of England's very happy. Ben, what's going on? What's good? Sorry to all of our English. I'm just joking, guys. Logbox, just joking. I mean, but the dental situation.
So I
over
can
there
yell
ain't
at my son from the couch. The app's telling me you're not actually brushing your teeth.
you just have it on. You didn't do anything.
There is a sensor for that.
You could,
Yeah.
you know what you could do, and you just smell their breath when it stinks. You just send it back in there again.
I don't even have to. I already automatically know that first.
Yeah, I know. Like that's what I'm saying.
He didn't do it.
Just walked into the boys' room today. I was like, son, go back in there, brush your teeth. You didn't. He goes, Dad, I get back in there. Don't make me smell your breath. I know you didn't brush.
Don't make me come in. Don't make me smell your breath. Okay, so
brush my teeth, black spiders. Jesus.
So we're gonna talk. We have a couple of notes on something that's happened recently that hasn't really been a section of news for us lately, but I decided to bring it in.
Oh boy!
Here we go.
I know what it is.
Do you?
That is.
It's this.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be
wrestling. Oh, you're making Matt's day.
We're going to talk about some wrestling.
No.
Yeah, it's just a couple of topics here. You know, I mean, I figured some important things have happened in the past week or
Nothing important has happened.
I thought we needed to talk about it.
Okay, let's try.
For the first time since 1996, WWE fans chanted "Rocky sucks" in the live audience.
That they did.
That's right. They chanted "Rocky sucks," and they were referring to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Just for your clarity, Marco.
Oh, you think those fucking inbred fans that watch this horse shit? I give a shit what they think about The Rock.
No, I didn't say you cared what they thought. I just wanted you to know who they were.
That answers my question. If we can curse.
Yeah, you can curse. Yeah, hey, listen.
Every
time I turn it on, it's like a rip-off of like a Rock bit or
right. I mean, The Rock is in there. It's a rip-off of a Rock bit right there.
Yeah, like I get it. It's always a rip-off of a bit. So like, yeah, okay, cool. Like good stuff. I guess these fans weren't around when we originally did it, so they're trying to get into it now, or they just have never grown up or moved out of their parents' basements.
I mean, can you not say that about any?
Yeah, they just didn't like it.
Pop culture today,
like swerve.
Music, movies, comics. Isn't that all a retread of something that already happened?
No. There's some original stuff.
Oh, really?
Yes. But, I mean,
so
okay.
The Rock potentially shoehorned himself into the main event of WrestleMania 40. He appeared on SmackDown for a staring contest with Roman Reigns for about 3 minutes, and then he left.
He didn't say anything. That was a little disappointing.
Didn't say a word. He just left.
But that gives them the opportunity to pivot away if they decide they want to do that too.
So, you know, the talk is maybe The Rock is trying to come back and save WWE after the whole Vince McMahon thing. But I don't know about Rock's history with saving things. And then I found this. Last time Rock tried to save something, look what happened.
Why do you is it the fact that he is ruggedly more handsome than you? Is it the fact that he's just like all around a better person than you? Like I mean, I'm not in love with The Rock. I'm not defending the guy.
It sounds like you are.
But there's
you're in love with him.
There's an unnatural hatred that you have towards this man who has done nothing but been great on Ballers.
I have no hate. I am simply stating
absolutely,
facts.
Absolutely
simply stating facts.
You're not putting up all his successes that he single-handedly pretty much saved.
I think your boy's going to start getting jealous if you keep going on and on like this.
Goldberg is the world's greatest wrestler. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen. I am saying that I don't understand why, like, you know, he really was one of the better parts of the Attitude Era. And if it wasn't for him, WWF would have closed down. And you can see to this day that the slapdicks you watch on Nobody Gives a Fuck are really just doing old cuts of what he did 20 years ago. So is that why you're mad? That he just didn't stay there and he went off and became a movie star with Kevin Hart?
Yes, movie star.
Mitch
he had a lot of successful movies, right?
He did.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
Can you name
just not this one.
Yeah, just not this one.
Hey, have we heard of the DC? What happened to the DCU after he did this movie?
What this
that was a James Gunn situation with the DCU.
DCU was perfect before that.
Right. Yeah, the DCU was
horrid. Put the final nail in the coffin, though, you know.
Yeah, so that's great. Give the man his props. They needed a reboot. He did it.
Yeah, otherwise he forced them to reboot.
I'm saying, why are you mad? He just hooked everybody up. He's like, look, this shit ain't working.
Do I look mad?
I don't know. You're throwing a lot. Sounds like you throw a lot of shade there, buddy.
I'm simply giving you facts about what happened. That's all.
Yeah, no, I know. I know a lot of fans aren't happy to hear The Rock's trying to get in on WrestleMania, but then I was watching another guy talk about like a little clip on it. And he had a good point that for years people have actually been begging for this to happen, and then all of a sudden we get it, and then they're like, no, we don't want this. Yeah. We want it, but not now, not like this.
Not like this. One other little bit,
Okay,
which is actually kind of really cool. The new WWE 2K24 has announced Muhammad Ali will be.
Hold on. Dusty stole his son's spotlight every day. Every day you see him, especially that Dusty's son. The only claim to fame he is, the biggest shoot he's ever done was talk about how great his dad was. Who? What?
Dusty's got 2 kids though.
Yeah, but the other one, I mean,
He's just
he
stuck in
actually did
AEW,
something.
That's all.
He did something with his life.
So we got a first look at gameplay of 2K24. A bunch of legendary wrestlers will be part of it, and one of the biggest reveals was that Muhammad Ali will be joining this year as a brand new legend. So he'll be a playable character, and also I believe a playable referee. If anybody
he looks
actually
better
plays
than
the game.
Bailey, like the Bailey
Yeah,
model, in this
right.
game, he looks better than what they did to her. Because
Yeah, Bailey looks
they
very
basically
manly.
made her look like a shaved Drew McIntyre.
It's bad. It's really
It's
bad.
I don't know who that is, but that sounds awesome.
And then for you, Marco,
Yeah, what do we get?
right here. Your boy is being courted by both brands. He actually showed up on both shows this past week, and they're both trying to sign him, although nothing has been made official, except for the fact that he will be going for the tag team title on NXT.
Who's his partner?
Baron Corbin.
Oh God, that's a stupid idea. That's stupid. They're gonna ruin this
It's
guy's
not going
career.
to last.
Yeah, it's not going to last because he's
Ruined
going to be
this guy's
coming.
career.
He'll be on the main roster soon. So
The only dude that's actually worth a shit out there, and this is what you're doing with him.
he crushed it at the Royal Rumble. He was in there for a little while, and he was amazing.
Called this one a long time ago. They should have given him a bigger
He was
push
Brock.
sooner.
Yeah.
He's good. You should have him fight The Rock. That would be
Not The
And then
Rock.
break him.
Brock Lesnar. He basically did Lesnar's job in the Rumble.
oh,
Yeah.
really?
And better than Brock.
Yeah, but you should have him fight The Rock. It would be more exciting.
I'm good with that. That'd be
I would
great.
turn into that. I'm not going to watch Cody
Uh,
fucking Tattoo Rhodes fucking.
I don't know.
whine.
He'll make The Rock look bad.
Who cares? Like him look bad.
They don't want to do that. They want to coddle their legends. They don't want to make them look bad.
Nah, you gotta put a guy over, man.
In streaming news,
That's an interesting fight.
Disney has confirmed the start for their password sharing crackdown. We talked about this a while back that they're going to start cracking down, and word is that this March,
Took his
They
tie
will
off,
be,
unbuttoned up top. He means business.
he's got to put that money somewhere. All those
Sure.
dollars. So they said it wasn't going to happen fully until 2025, but talk is at the end of this coming March that we're going to start getting some effects of it. They've already started sending out some emails. Hulu sent out an email, and then now Disney is sending out emails to some subscribers as well. So
Are they going to do the same stupid ass thing that Netflix was doing, where they're getting it wrong, and even though it was on the same Wi-Fi, they're just shutting down people's?
Probably.
Probably, yeah. They have the technology, so yes.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's on the same. It's coming through the same modem, like it's on the same Wi-Fi. Like if I pay for it, right? Like okay, so like watching it on an iPad, and then I want to go to my TV. I go to my TV and I turn it on, even though I shut my iPad off. Because of all the software they run in the background, it shows it's still running on my iPad for Netflix at least, and then shows that it's also running on the TV. And then if my kids are watching it upstairs, then it shows it's running on 3 devices, and they're like, "There's something glitch in the matrix. You're trying to steal." And it's like, "Bitch, I pay for this. What are you talking about? Like, it's not going anywhere."
Yeah. They want to, start doing this without testing out all their kinks and problems. So yeah,
I mean,
You're
test
probably
the shit
gonna-
out, dude.
you're probably going to have those problems as well.
Fucking A. Pain in the dick.
In other Disney news, this young lady, Janaya Walton. I'm
It's
not
like
familiar
Ganaya.
with her work.
Ooh.
Ganaya. She has joined the cast of Daredevil Born Again in a yet unnamed role. However, she will be connected to. She's a young journalist with connections to a character from the original series.
I got speculation already on this.
Reckless speculation. Go.
Go with the speculation.
It's Ben Urich's kid. It's Phil. She's going to end up being a gender swapped hobgoblin down the line.
Hobgoblin.
Jack, you got anything on this one?
It's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's really good.
Like Philip Urich. Yeah, that's a
That's
damn
what I'm
good
saying.
theory.
That's
Ben
100%
Urich,
what
I
it-
remember how much they had for Ben Urich.
There's
That's
there's
pretty
5
good.
in the Marvel universe. Yeah,
I thought you were going to say something about the nurse.
It has been Eric
Rosario.
Oh, the
Like
night nurse.
related to
night nurse.
Yeah, night nurse. Or
Night
something.
nurse.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Younger room.
So she's been cast. We'll find out.
Me and Pete were on the same page. I didn't.
Yeah, the Uric
Night
is great.
Nurse.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's 100% who it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that you said that, that makes much more sense.
Yeah.
Well, I just liked Ben Urich. I'm still mad. That's the thing that's not going to come back from the original series.
Yeah.
They killed him.
Sucks.
But
It's all lipstick.
whatever. Why are they talking about lipstick?
I think they're talking about how nice that young lady looks. I think that's what they're trying to say.
So Paul Bettany was at MegaCon this last week, and he was asked by a fan if he's coming back to the MCU, and he said, "Well, yeah, I mean, 100%, he's coming back." So that's what we got from Paul Bettany. So
Okay.
I'm ready to see.
Say a Gatorade his foot. Like that would have been good news. That would have been funny.
If what?
A Gatorade his foot in FloridaCon. MegaCon.
Right,
Gatorade.
Like Florida Man.
I'm Gatorade, like the beverage.
I'm surprised we don't have any Florida Man stories coming out of there. I mean, you put a con together in Florida every year. How the fuck don't we get more Florida Man stories coming out of that con?
Because we were
I'm
buried
highly
in
disappointed.
exclusives. That's why.
Oh,
Right.
There's a whole con built on
Joey,
101 exclusives.
his name is Paul. I
His name is Paul.
I don't get what's going on in the chat today.
I don't either.
Me neither. All right. Thank you.
YouTube has hit 8 million subscribers. TV screen content, YouTube TV, sorry. TV screen content now averages 1 billion hours per day.
Jesus.
So, Pete, we were talking about this a little bit behind the scenes. You mentioned about content and stuff like that. So, according to the CEO, viewers are watching TV, YouTube, the way people you sit down and watch regular TV shows on the big TV. In the last 3 years, the bigger creators of YouTube have seen their views on TVs go up by more than 400%. So if people are watching on televisions.
Yeah, so even us, there's a bunch of people looking at us right now on big screens. So
yeah, that's like a thing. So
yeah,
trimmed up the neck a little bit better.
Okay. So moving on
math doesn't work out though. 8 million to a billion. Like, wait a second. Even if those 8 billion subscribers watch 24 hours a day, that doesn't equate to a billion.
No, but that YouTube TV, which is their paid service, like that includes like all the cable channels that you could be watching. That's YouTube TV.
I got
you. So regular YouTube, anybody watching YouTube for free. That's what we're talking about. The TV.
I mean, there's so many apps now too. Like Xfinity runs you YouTube. Like you could just watch the free YouTube off there. If you,
I know,
this makes a lot more sense because people have TVs and they cut their cable, and then what do you watch for filler time?
Yeah, I mean that's what the wife and I watch YouTube. Like we watch some other stuff, like people like cooking food and eating food in different countries and stuff. We've been watching some Japanese videos lately because like Vince is over there doing checking out Japan, so we were checking out some of the places he went to. So sticks. We got some toy news this week. We got a bunch of toy news, so we can go through it pretty quick. But a lot of things have been announced and coming out. So to continue the Spider-Man VHS series, we're gonna get Daredevil versus Hydro Man. This Daredevil is cell shaded, so I heard a lot of criticism. People are not a fan of the way this Daredevil looks, but that's what he looked like in the cartoon. So, I mean, they probably could have reversed the colors and it would have looked cooler, but now they have so this Daredevil, it's on its way out. The pre-order actually starts tomorrow. It has Raw Pulse. You'll be able to order it first tomorrow if you're into it.
Yeah.
That Hydro Man looks like a good color for Iceman.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks more like ice than water. Like,
right.
We appreciate it, Matthew. We appreciate it. Oh, BK, get out of here, BK. Matthew, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I'm still waiting for that reunion special where they finally let us know what happened to Mary Jane in that series.
Right. The world may never know.
I went to a Comic-Con like panel with that guy, and he says, I get at least twice a day someone comes up to me and tells me that I traumatized them with Mary Jane. I'm like, how many people know who the producer of that show was?
Well,
With the internet now.
Yeah, how do they? Yeah, that's true. The internet knows all.
Yeah.
So Jada Toys has announced more diecast Transformers / they've done Transformers, but now this is a Transformers Ghostbusters mashup. Optimus Prime with Ghostbuster Ecto 1 graphics, and then Ecto 1 with Optimus Prime graphics. These
but these don't
vehicles do
transform.
not
Wait,
transform. They are not Transformers. They are just diecast vehicles, which is just wacky to me.
I was
Yeah,
all
what do you
ready to
think?
buy. I'm like, oh, $30, 20. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Move this man!
This is stupid. Like,
Transformers that don't transform.
yeah, that's the dumbest thing I've heard.
100%. I agree.
So cars?
They're just diecast.
Exactly. You're selling me oversized.
All they are.
So Hot
They're
Wheels.
big Matchbox. Yeah.
You know when you go into that old grandpa's house and he's got that office and it's got a bunch of like Speedway or whatever vehicles up there, like the John Deere fucking diecast.
Because they're models. At least he had the joy.
No, they're still in the box. They just have them all the fucking time. Now they're just gonna add, I mean, they're not gonna add these fucking things. Nobody. What are we doing here?
I don't
I
know.
would have bought
money
it if it
and
transformed.
Yeah,
Well-
I know, but that's not what they're doing.
I know. So it seems asinine to me.
Well, I mean that's why the graphics on the box are so good on that Ecto thing is
Because it doesn't make. They already have the models. Like they already have the model for Optimus to transform. You just
Yeah,
repaint
I get
the
it.
shit that color. They
paint it.
already have the Ecto 1 that transforms. Just repaint it. Like, what are they doing?
no.
I don't get
I
it.
think they're trying to get the senior citizen dollar or something here. I actually don't, Pete. There is a group
I
of
know
senior
we're getting
citizens.
older, but we're not.
No, I know, but there's a group of senior citizens that literally they literally collect die casts in boxes. I'm not joking. They collect these fucking things.
I understand that,
But
but my point
why
is
would you put these in? They don't give a shit about this.
because it's an '80s property. It's not for. We're not there yet.
Yeah, but for the 70-year-olds,
Why would the 7-year-olds care?
that's who collects the die cast like this. That's what
Why
I'm
do they
saying.
collect these
All right,
ones?
I'm gonna have to just.
I
We have
don't
talked.
fucking know.
You've been on this slide too long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
agreed.
they could put
moving
an
on.
Elvis goddamn car out there for him.
Yeah,
again.
they do. There is one actually.
So
Frankie
an
Avalon,
actual
good on you.
Transformer. This is a
nice.
comic edition Grimlock. So they're putting out some comic editions. This is that has a 40th anniversary logo on it. There's been a bunch of stuff announced and coming soon for the Transformers 40th anniversary celebration. This Grimlock, the front of the box is the cover of Transformers number 8.
Mhm.
It's an 8.5-inch Grimlock figure, and then it comes with
King
3
Grim.
swords, a double barrel blaster,
It is
and
King
a
Grimlock.
crown that sits on his head, so he can be King Grimlock.
22 steps.
Yeah.
I hope
So
this is better than the last two Grimlocks that they have that they came out with.
It's all
sucked.
plastic is the problem.
The movie one wasn't good. The one that came with Wheelie.
I'm not sure if it was that one. Maybe it was the one before that.
You
The
need
two
some
before
metal.
that.
They got
One of them had a part that was like this, and the top one was like a way that always snapped off because it's plastic. How they do the clip things.
Oh,
But-
it's terrible.
Yeah, we'll see. This one's. I'm not totally against this one.
There was no price, Artrell. I didn't see a price for these yet. They were literally just announced.
Yeah, I was thinking the
yesterday,
same
so-
thing.
Yeah, I would try to give you the price and dates whenever I can, but I didn't see anything for these yet as of yesterday. I didn't look back today.
What was the
and-
Daredevil?
Daredevil is probably 40. I don't know though.
That might be
usually
the
those are
lower
40,
price point then.
This was the other one announced
That's
in the
cool.
comic series Shockwave, which transforms from robot to Cybertronian spaceship.
That's
It
not
is
what he
not
was.
Wait,
a
what?
gun. It is not a gun because they're not allowed to sell guns.
Oh, I think they just turned it upside down. You just flip it over.
Upside down.
Just flip that shit back over. It's a gun. You're gonna tell a kid that shit's not a gun.
It's
Okay.
officially a Cybertronian spaceship.
Yeah,
It looks
right.
almost exactly like the Shockwave they've done the past couple times, and literally you just turn it over.
It's a fucking gun.
Turn it over.
Turn it over. I like the fact that it comes with an Optimus head. I think
I
that's
do too.
what-
I thought that was cool. Yeah.
That was a cool thing. I don't know if they've actually put one of those out before, but I like this a lot.
That's all you gotta do, Matthew. Just flip that bitch over.
Yep, that's it.
That's it. Just flip that bitch over.
Turn it over. Looks. I think even the robot mode looks great. I mean, Shockwave's. He's a beast.
Why did they just call it a blaster? Transformer Blaster.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like he's Megatron.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's some pictures of the Hasbro page punchers that McFarlane is making. These are little 3-inch figures, and they each come with 2 comic books. And
Coming to the alleys near you.
IDW comic books. So
Yeah, IDW. This threw me off.
yeah, these were announced a while ago. So I'm guessing it's before the whole new Skybound doing all the Transformer stuff, the Energon universe.
Yes.
So it must have been before that. So that's why. Plus, they probably got a bunch of IDW comic books laying around that they gotta get rid of.
I think they still reprint them though.
Oh, I see. Well, the new covers, yeah, they would have to. So, Megatron and Optimus, and then Wheeljack and Bumblebee. In fact, $16.99 each, available at McFarlane stores and Hasbro Pulse, or as Marco said, coming soon to an outlet near you.
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad because there's 2 in there. Otherwise, I'm saying he's moving up the price.
McFarlane is also announced. Here's the G.I. Joe ones. So granted, these are 3-inch figures. So again, they're just like the ones they did before. They're very tiny.
Is there any points of articulation in these or no?
That's
Like
a couple.
The arms move and the legs move a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
Arms,
4.
elbows.
4
knee.
points.
Yeah. Okay.
So these will also be available at McFarlane Toys and Hasbro Pulse.
IDW's cheaper. It's a good one.
We got a couple of the G.I. Joe bits. Here is your whoops. Sorry about that. Dreadnought, Nagahide, comes with Pork Belly and Yabo. This is classified, so 6-inch. Comes with a whole bunch of stuff. This is digital render, so the final product may vary.
I remember this guy.
Here is, as I showed already, Night Creeper, 6-inch. Coming soon as well. I didn't see release dates on these. I just saw that these were announced. And then Jinx, who comes with 2 heads. So you can have her.
Jinx.
I like Jinx. She was cool.
Yeah.
She had cool accessories, man, for sure.
Yeah, it still does.
Still does.
All right. What else we got?
All right, I got some comics coming up for you. Got a few bits of comic news. This is tentatively a sad day, Marco, so you might want to sit down.
If you give us stupid X-Men news, I'm going to spec you through the monitor.
Even better. Rob Liefeld is retiring
Fuck.
from Deadpool.
I thought you were going to say
33 years.
Isn't he like streamers?
33 years.
I thought you were going to say he died so we could have a celebration. Like, this guy,
it's terrible.
look at how terrible.
He says he's 57 and his eyes are still functioning, but the work is still strong. But he wants to go out with a bang. But his hand-eye coordination won't be there forever.
Is this April 1st? What are we doing here? This is
You want to know more?
No way. Did you see this on Bleeding Stool? Like, there's no way this is a real story.
I don't think this is
100%
where I got that from.
No, I heard this one too.
Yeah.
This is for
He will elaborate more on his Robservations podcast.
On his what?
So apparently there's
Observation.
a podcast called Robservations
The fuck is
out
this
there.
guy?
So
That's a pretty good pun. Leave him alone.
He can get the fuck out of here. He could really just. I mean, I don't think anybody.
all right, and then just for you, since you asked for it,
Yeah.
I
That's
want
one of the
X-Men
world's biggest
to
douchebags.
continue the legacy of making up nonsense to perpetuate their convoluted narrative.
We covered this last week while you were
We
on the
did.
show.
Oh, I know we did, but you left off the end and you didn't want to spoil it.
Oh.
So this is some of the things that we're talking about here. Like all of this stuff. Moira
We talked about
McTaggart,
this.
the Chris Claremont created character, a decades-long human. She's been a mutant all along. She's on a quest to collect samples of progressively stronger Marvel metals to forge weapon M,
Yeah.
an axe-like weapon that will allow her to cut a path back to her first life so she can win.
Once again, I told you they got to end this stuff. We got to move along. That's actually why we have Jack here, because he's going to help us move along. So, yeah. I mean, yeah.
We wipe our hands of all this.
What you're acting like I said last week. Oh, we need to get this shit over with because this is fucking ridiculous. No, yeah. Aren't all comics nonsense? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what all of Fall of X has been. It's just all the stories that they couldn't figure out how to do before and to tie up loose ends. And like, there's a reason they haven't told those stories. They weren't allowed them to telling. Just fucking end the era.
Yeah, just stop. I think you could, right, Jack? They could just stop it, right? You could just cut it off.
You could, but they're not going to. They're trying to figure out what the hell was Hickman going for here.
I gotta tell you when they did that Sinister storyline. Remember that where they did the thing with Storm and everything like that?
Sinister was awesome.
It was. If they would have just done that and then started new titles after this, I don't think anybody would fucking complain a bit. I think everybody would. Okay,
so cool. And it was like everything Kieran Gillen's doing right now is awesome. But the problem is Gary Dugan's pumping out like 3 books, and he's only really capable of writing one good one.
Right. That's where they get stuck sometimes, though. Too. I mean, I mean,
it's too much stuff coming out. They should have realized.
But like with the Maria stuff too, can we just fucking stop? Like nobody. I remember, like I get it, like in like our comic book community where people buy and sell. Oh yeah, she's such a great character because I bought her first appearance and I want to sell it to you. I'm fucking nut what? But like, really, nobody gives a shit about her, right? She's not a great character. She's never been a great fucking character.
Yes,
like
exactly.
Legion's mom.
Huh?
She was Legion's mom.
Huh?
No, that's Proteus.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Proteus. Okay. 0 fucks given. Like, can we just stop? And by the way, while they're doing it, they had Sinister set to be really great too after that Sinister storyline, and they fucked that ball up to try to push this Taggart shit that nobody gives a shit. Like, nobody gives a shit about.
She is no Cyclops.
Yeah. That's all we need is 4 Cyclops running around again. Yeah. I mean, like, come on, man.
We're going to have the multiverse Wolverine story because that's what we needed more of. Multiverse Wolverine. Can't get enough multiverse or Wolverine.
Well, that's just their answer.
Put them together.
Batman stealing Spider-Man's idea? Well, we're going to do it again.
Well, whatever you do, don't fucking read that patch fucking storyline where, oh shit, Wolverine loses his powers again. Spoiler fucking alert.
Oh
like, what?
The retro series need to stop. We're doing one for Armored Daredevil now.
Yeah, because everybody loved that era of Daredevil. Exactly. We gotta go back to that.
The Scott McDaniel era of Daredevil. Is that what we're talking about? Oh,
why can't we just make Daredevil look cool now in the comics? Why do we need to do a retro series?
No shit.
Tales we didn't tell you then.
Just make him look cool now.
Yeah, I mean, I just like it is I think the biggest disappointing part is like when you see those moments like Sins of Sinister and you're like, sweet. And then they go back to this bullshit. And in the meantime, Image is putting out a fucking G.I. Joe book that's fucking awesome. They're putting out a Transformer book, fucking dope. Like, and doing all the side stories.
Cobra Commander, such a weird book, not what I was expecting at all.
Right, absolutely.
And
but if you want to have 5 fucking X books, do that shit. Do character spotlight fucking that shit. You know what I mean?
Big time.
They've got too many. Well, the problem, they just have so many X-Men, so they break them up. Where are we going to put this guy? It's like,
but you don't have to because you can do it spotlight. You could
that's the whole point. Every time they need something, they make up a new X-Men. Oh, we need somebody to like get us to a new dimension. Let's make an X-Men for that. Oh, we got to get over to there. Let's make a new X-Men for that.
Yeah,
we need to bend this.
Actually, they've been coming out with that many. No, they haven't been coming out with as many X-Men as you think. They've been recycling. X-Men that nobody fucking wants. That's the problem.
It's because they've done that already. They made a guy for that already.
Yeah, they went back and got the guy that they needed for that. Because
have they made a girl for that?
Exactly. They got to get the girl for that.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, what do we got?
Right,
let's
talk about.
Here we go with this one.
Here we go.
Fucking shit sandwich.
Here we go.
This wasn't that bad, but
allegedly, Penguin has lost thousands of copies of Ultimate Black Panther 1.
Where did they lose them?
12,000 copies. Seriously, like a distributor lost 12,000 copies of a comic book all of a sudden the day it's supposed to come out.
Where did they lose them? Dog ate them?
eBay.
It must be. The dog must have eaten them.
Yeah.
Because there must be a lot of hungry dogs whoever Penguin printed these books because 12,000 of them allegedly were lost.
Dude, why? See,
I talked to my LCS today, and I will tell you right now, he said that he was not sure. There was one copy of his book. One of the incentives was a little damage that he got. He received every copy of his book.
he's not the only one. He's not the only one.
Yeah.
I have actually not heard, not actually with my own ears, heard one. I mean, like there's always the retailers that are like, there's the retailers that complain about everything when
We
they
didn't get them.
Yeah, but it's every book they never get. Or like, oh, my copies are always damaged. Yeah, okay, of course. It's just you. Everybody hates you. All your copies are there. You never order Black. I literally talked to you a month ago about this book, and you're like, yeah, nobody at my store buys a fucking Black Panther. Why would I order this? Then today you're saying, oh, I didn't get my copies. Bullshit. You just said you didn't order them. You didn't order them. But like everybody that I talked to today,
Well, they're not lying. They didn't get their
yeah,
copies.
they didn't get their copies because they didn't order it. But like everybody, Dom, I think he was the same way. And I've been talking like, I mean, there's a lot of retailers we talked to today, and not one was missing a single copy of this book. And it just is kind of convenient that like, as the price of this book was going down in pre-sales, this story leaked out supposedly from a great site called Bleeding
The great
Stool.
source, yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Bleeding Stool.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So just like take it easy. If you need a copy of this book, like just wait. Just be patient for a minute. I'm fairly confident.
Jack, you can just cut us off. You can talk over us and say
yeah,
that.
you can say it.
Shots fired by Jack. Right there, Jack. We like to shoot. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he might be onto something. He might have a little inside info. Check Wakanda. Anyone look there?
Under-ordered isn't true either. I mean, I think what happened was when you see a book all of a sudden, I think a lot of people try to reorder this book as soon as they saw the price going up. So that could have put a little bit of a run on it.
Prophecy. This is not.
Yeah.
This is
Well,
not
we
the
were
same
also-
as what happened with Spider-Man. It's not the same story. Like this
Yeah.
is not
We were
what
talking about that. I
happened
think
with that.
it's a knock-on effect from Spider-Man genuinely being under-ordered because like stores ordered a lot because it was Spider-Man, but still no one was expecting those level of sales of it actually being a really great book. And then second, huge protest vote about what's going on in Amazing Spider-Man right now. Like I 100% bought a bunch of copies because fuck what they're doing in ASM.
Yeah.
Matt, we've all read this book, and it's nothing new. It's literally.
I mean, it's solid. I'm not
going to spoil it. The art's great. They got. What did you say? Jack said one of the smartest things after we were talking about this, and we're not going to give it away. I was going to review it. I had all the slides cut for it. We decided not to review it because we don't want to spoil it. But what was it?
Maybe
You said
we can save for next week.
Yeah. He said something to the effect of like, it just has all the right talent on it, which it does, but it's not a new story. It's actually, I don't want to say anymore because I don't want to spoil it. But
Fair.
Yeah. They move a couple of pieces here and there and like, oh, this person's with this person and oh, that person's with that. But that's really it. Like there's not much changed.
With that's a very old story that the FOC fell on a bad order timing period. That's that's not
mean?
Yeah, I mean
I'm not sure what that actually means.
So what he was saying
do that shit every week.
No, so what he was saying was like on the old periods around the holidays when they used to move it when it wasn't just every Wednesday ordering, that was a term retailers used to use. But like that's not a fucking thing anymore, dude.
They gotta
That's
do
like not a thing
every week.
Not only is it not a thing, but but a lot of these people and a lot of retailers have that automatic box set up. So like, or the automatic order thing set up. So like they already know there's X amount being pre-ordered on that fucker. So it tells you how many plus you. So like, that's not like, it's like saying that, I mean, like your alarm didn't go off and you missed school. Like that's not a fucking like.
Could it have been like around the holidays or something?
With work,
New Year's, Christmas, something
So
like that.
He's got his pulse on the fucking. I'm not taking anything away from him because he does have his pulse on the fucking retail.
That's why I'm asking. Yeah, like what is that?
Also,
Yeah, but I think that's what he's trying to say.
They solicit these 3 months in advance. Did the alarm not go off for 3 months? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true too.
Like it's your business. Put the order in on the damn day you want to do it. Like,
well, also too, like you got to think. We do know that the reorder, the reorder window. Like it's funny that in the reorder window, all of a sudden, also this happened. Like,
So Matthew says Panthers FOC was before Spider-Man. Yeah, that makes sense.
You're saying that because Spider-Man was hot,
So
yeah,
hot.
and then they did reorder. I get that they did the reorder, but still, like at that, like if the hype doesn't come,
preemptively tell you don't with Ultimate X-Men, don't start.
No, it's already started. It's already started.
Like, it doesn't. Like why you should have. FOC just passed. We already saw what Black Panther was selling for. You had plenty of time to up your order.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same thing.
Don't try to push that narrative. Oh, nobody ordered it because they didn't like it.
Underordered.
I'm pumped for Ultimate X-Men.
What's that?
I'm pumped for Ultimate X-Men. I can't wait.
And I'm still wary.
We'll cover that in your section here in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, like even saying that's like that's not saying that it's a bad order timing period. Like that's not really it. It just one book got hot that said Ultimate, so then but that could happen with anything. Like this isn't the same as Spider-Man. Spider-Man, you saw it slowly creeping. There wasn't extra news you had to push into it to try to get the pump on.
People liked it. And
like people actually genuinely liked that book.
They had a hard time finding it, so they started paying a little extra.
And this book, the only thing, I mean, look, man, you want to know the difference? The difference is when you saw Ultimate Spider-Man come out, nobody was just going and like, look at how many copies of that I got this. Like 2 minutes after they left their LCS, like posting that on IG or Twitters or whatever, or their group chats. This book, everybody's walking around with 6 copies of this motherfucker. Hey, I got 6 of these. Hey, I'm going to go to the next store and grab 4 more. Hey, like, is there really that big of a draw for this? Because it just seems like it seems like it's trying to get IG clout, right? Like this is an IG clout book, right? This is what I mean. We've seen it before.
Who are you going to sell them to? If everybody's got their handful of copies in their hand, hey, look what I got. Who are you going to sell them to?
Yeah.
Who missed out then?
I
don't know.
Matt, I don't know. I was at a couple of LCSs and I read the book, and nobody I had heard, which was the opposite of Spider-Man. People were pumped about that book and how good it was. Nobody was like, yeah, bro. The guys that were in there buying this book and buying multicolor copies is this guy right here. Oh, I don't know. This one looks like it's got some ticks in it. I think this one's damaged a little. Let me grab the other one here. This one got anything wrong with it? I mean, that's who I saw buying. I don't know what you saw buying the books, but that's who I saw buying the books. I didn't see, hey, this is the greatest story ever. Don't you know Black Panther? Like, this is really going to change the... It wasn't that guy. It was this guy.
I don't need it. My pops got me 1A and one of the other
I got a couple.
He didn't tell me what the other one was.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a surprise when he drops it off tomorrow.
Nice.
Well, you could say me and Pete and everybody on this panel, I guess.
I haven't read it yet, so I have all I know is what I've seen so far. And heard
Bruce, reading this hurts my soul if this were to happen.
Oh God!
Hey, I got one. Hold on. Hey, Matt, how many copies of the book did you get? I mean,
Black Spiders.
He won't.
Gosh, Black Spiders. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oof. Oh, Joe.
All right, I got one.
Alone.
What's
that?
All right, we got one more slide in the news here. Here we go. One more.
Mm-hmm.
So Marvel has announced second printings of some books. Of course, Black Panther was already on second printing before this one even came out.
Mm-hmm.
Wolverine number 42 is getting a second printing. I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And Avengers Twilight number 2 is getting a second printing with this
people up their
amazing
order to get the Art
Alex
Adams
Ross
1
cover.
That's why they sold 42s.
So these will be out. I'm sorry, what did you say about 42, Pete?
I was saying it's because people up their orders to get the Art Adams when it came
Oh,
out.
I see. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's why they sold it.
Because that Laura cover.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that cover. Was it number 1 last week?
Yeah.
On the Hot 10? Mm-hmm.
What's it
selling? Too much money, or was?
What was?
The Art Adams. The one you didn't like because her head was too big.
Laura Kinney.
You were looking at her
Is that
head?
what I said? I don't even remember what I say half the time.
You say a lot of things.
Yeah, I know.
That said, Twilight has been better than expected. I didn't expect anything out of that Twilight.
I actually haven't. I've actually said I was going to read that one, and I haven't read it yet. But
That's good.
And that was your news for this week. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I don't know.
Now that we've wasted an hour, we're all set up now to
Good,
talk about
perfect.
more
All
Marvel.
right. So now, normally we do comic review. Like we said, we're not going to review Ultimate Black Panther. Feel free to review it yourself. And
It's
then
not
tell
bad.
us.
It's just
No, it's not bad, but it's the same stuff. It's not a new
that's all.
story. Well, there's a little part at the end where I'm like, oh, fuck this again. But yeah, so we are actually going to go into tier listing. I know it's early for tier listing, but Jack is only here for a limited amount of time. We want to hear what he has to say about these great Marvel books. So, Pete, can you please pull up the tier list and explain how we're going to tier list them today?
I could, but first, I did make a new thing for this.
Gotta run the thing.
Oh, fucking. Oh yeah, I remember the Art Adams.
Made a thing.
Know what to talk about.
That's awesome. I like it.
We're gonna keep it simple.
A wheel. Did you make a wheel?
No wheels. No wheels. Not for this.
No. Oh, that's fine. Hey, give it to him though. He gets it.
All right,
He's got to get it, dude. That was fucking probably the best today.
Ring the bell.
All right. First, spawned by my interest in Jack's article that he did. It was a couple of weeks ago now. He went over Timeless and how Timeless is giving us teases of things that we were going to get this year in Marvel. So go over to Comic Book Invest, check out the article, go look through the entire breakdown. Granted, we're going to run through the breakdown right now, but still, go check out the article anyway.
He does get really in-depth. It's pretty good.
It gives you a little hint at what they might be covering.
Right. All right.
Let's do it.
All right, let's
Here
do
we
it.
go.
I
I
twisted like one or two ears around. You're like, I'm not sure. I gave you my thoughts on it. So we'll...
All right.
All right, so let's go through it real quickly. We've got 3 categories. It's buy, as in we're buying the idea or buying this new solicitation for these books, selling it like this is garbage. Or 3 is pretty much, who gives a fuck? Like, it's so stupid, we just give 0 fucks. So that's our 3 things: buy, sell, who gives a fuck. Make sure you guys try to keep it in the chat. We'll talk for a couple minutes so we can back it up. You could never be canceled enough. Already been canceled.
BK is trying to cancel Bruce.
Oh, BK needs to move out of his mom's closet. All right. First off, let's talk about it, Jack.
Slide. This is to show you the first breakdown. You see, they gave all the teases on this one panel, page.
All right. Wait, are we talking about that one or no?
No. You can just show like there's all those little boxes, those shattered pieces. Each one gives a tease. We're gonna go into those now.
Yeah, Luke Cage. Okay. Here we go. Number 1 is I have some questions on X-Men Red here, but go ahead, Jack. Give us an overview of this real quickly.
Okay, so this is all theory, but basically, right now, Nova's featured in X-Men Red. It takes place on Mars, and an Apocalypse showed up in the last part of the plot line. So I'm putting 2 and 2 together and just thinking that that's probably what this is teasing, a continuation of that storyline. Al Ewing's been kind of writing Marvel Cosmic for a while now, between Guardians, Defenders, and then X-Men Red and Sword. So I'm hoping that this is Al Ewing just continuing to tell Marvel Cosmic story, and it's going to involve Apocalypse and Nova.
So do you think we're going to get 2 things? 1, do you think we're going to get Nova as a horseman of the Apocalypse?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do.
That would be pretty cool.
Okay,
and I think that'd be awesome.
I'm not gonna lie. I always liked it when actual characters ended up being the horsemen at different.
And then they're going to have to bring Sam back in because we're talking about Dick Ryder, right?
Yes.
And then
Ryder, yes.
And then number 2, well, I have 3 then. Number 2, do you think we're going to get some of like the characters that came out of the Sins of Sinister with the Storm crew, like Demon Blood or whatever his name was?
Ironfire.
Ironfire,
yeah, John Ironfire.
Yeah. So Ewing, so I do. Ewing has a tendency to reuse his characters that he creates. And he tells a lot of the same stories about the same characters. So if he's created them, he's going to probably keep bringing them on.
And then
he's really cool.
3, do you think this is going to be more of a Annihilation, War of the King type thing, or do you think this is going to be more of like Inhumans are on the moon type situation?
I would really hope for the first one because I absolutely love Annihilation.
Yeah.
I think it's tough to tell. I think it depends on how much they'll give him in terms of like issue count. If you give him like 20 issues, they'll crank out something epic. If they keep doing this mini series stuff that they're doing with everything, it's going to be tough to tell like a big epic story.
And when does this start?
This should, so this should start probably like after Fall of the House of X and Rise of the Powers of X are done.
Okay. Isn't that John on the cover right there? Yeah.
So like July, right? Isn't that when we're supposed to get a whole bunch of new X titles?
Yeah, so that's when Bravort, like when they're gonna bring out everything that he's changing for the X-Men line.
I mean, I'm a buy on this. I don't know where everybody else is, but this is probably one of the more exciting.
You were sorry. You're biased as am I, because I'd buy it too because I like the X-Men and I actually like Nova.
But here's the thing: it's not just the X-Men.
I didn't.
Here's not it. Here, X-Men. If space is not done with like Sword and fucking the Inhumans on the moon and shit like that, I mean, it's not good. But if they do the other shit, if they do the Annihilation, the War of Kings, you got the Starjammers, you've got Nova, and not Nova core Nova. I'm talking like Nova doing Nova-ass shit in space, and then you add Apocalypse and you give him the Horseman, like
in space.
When was there a bad Horseman story?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, and I really hope
in space. I know, but like it does. Now here comes Dub. That does have a potential for disaster. I'm not going to say that, but like you're going to get.
I'll take a shot.
John Firestone, who easily could be one of the Horsemen. I mean, you could get Nova as one of the Horsemen too. Like, there's a lot of stuff you could do in there where there's a lot of potential. I think this is one where it's like, okay, cool. Let's hope they come out with some cool covers so it gets some hype. But I think there might be reader hype behind this one. So
it would also be such a shame, I think, if all the characters that they brought from Arakko, all those mutants, not one of them like caught on. Like, I think that's who would be included because some of them have interesting powers. Like the one literally can't be beaten. Iska the Unbeaten. Like, that's intriguing. I like want to know more of what that is. Like, I would think at least one of those characters.
Put them up against Karnak and see how that fight plays out.
Yeah, I would think at least one of those characters would be able to survive and make it into X-Men books.
How mad if we're going to have Grandpa Goldball Sinister in this storyline are you going to be, though?
Not at all. Well, it depends who's writing it, actually. If it's Kieran Gillen writing it, I'll read anything he writes with Sinister.
I hate that old man Sinister and the gold ball thing. Like, that just it's stupid.
It's weird, but I still think it's great.
All right. What does check out? Anybody else? We're bye. Dub, let me guess where you are with this one.
These are hard for me to read.
To sell it, I would have to buy it. And you said Al Ewing.
All right. Well, this is where Dub is. You're down here. Fine.
Yeah, you said Al Ewing, which piqued my interest, but nothing. Then you said it wasn't going to be Al Ewing, so I'm out. I need proof that it's going to be good before I buy anything.
Nobody cares what you have to say. I think we're pretty much dead in on the chat's just talking shit. So I think we're pretty much dead in. Yeah. This is going to be one.
Nobody in the chat wants it.
No, that's not what they're saying.
They didn't say they wanted it.
They're fighting in the chat.
And then mine just goes elsewhere.
All right. Hey, what the hell? Adventures Inc. Ugh.
Well, it ended.
Yep. Another Al Ewing book. This already happened. It was really, it was kind of cool, but like it was definitely meant to be like 12 issues, and they gave him 5, so it was pretty rough.
I don't care.
It's like he was midway through the song, and they played him off like wrap it up.
Yeah. Nothing came of this. There's like another new Ultron version out now from this book. An Ultron who's like good and also part human. So
who the fuck cares?
Yeah,
it's like Conan O'Brien on the Tonight Show.
It's nothing we haven't seen before. Victor Mancha was the same thing in Runaways. That's always a storyline that happens in any Vision book. Like it's nothing new. I
don't want to be evil like my dad.
I bought the books to read them. They were good, but like there's no speculation here whatsoever, and there's no storyline.
And it doesn't seem like they finished off the storyline too.
It
So
didn't.
this is
It didn't. I was intrigued by the noir,
It was
that was interesting to me. And then
the sales.
I heard
just
they're
weren't-
canceling it, so I was like, well, I'm not going to invest anymore at times.
Exactly. The sales weren't there.
Yeah, it does look like it looks like we're rotating back. It's always the same, right? Vampires, then goes to the dead,
hold your
zombies,
horses,
and then
we're
back
not there
to the
yet.
vampires, and then back to the dead.
Get to the
All right.
vampires in a minute.
We're gonna sell that one. That one looks like it's. I mean, it looked like it did suck. I wasn't wasting my time. It's an Avenger title anyway, so who cares? Nobody reads Avengers. What else do we got next? All right, here we go. Blade the Hulk Slayer. Yep.
Happened already again.
Yeah, so basically right now, Blade is trying to figure out a way to up his powers because he has to kill this monster queen called the Adana. At the exact same time that that's happening, in the Hulk book, there's what's called the Eldest. It's the eldest son of the primordial horror. So like it's a very horror-based series. And so they've been doing a lot of this kind of cross-pollination stuff with all these different monster books. This issue wasn't that great because Elena Casagrande wasn't drawing it. When she's drawing Blade, it's amazing and it's worth it for the art alone. But like this team up, these two characters don't have a relationship. It wasn't that interesting.
That sucks.
Why does Hulk look like Fabio in that left picture?
So this is meant to be a much more savage, unkept Hulk, and the idea is that he's trying to assert total control over Banner's body. So Banner doesn't get to be in his body anymore whenever the Hulk can make that happen. So it's a very different kind of dynamic that they have. He's like afraid of the Hulk.
Yeah, but the artist drew him with a very nice sheen. And
yeah, I was gonna say he's
very
supposed to be Savage Hulk, but it looks like conditioned his hair.
Yeah, that's all. But in the Hulk book, it doesn't look as nice.
Yeah.
I think this is one that falls under the we don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, I get that they're trying to move to the vampire and to some of the monster type stuff, but I don't think anybody gives a fuck about this.
I like the Hulk book though.
It's good, and the Blade book is good, but that issue was not like some crossovers work. You know, some team ups just aren't that interesting.
Yeah, some just don't
buy that.
Hey,
all right. Next up,
and Big Hulk. Yes.
Does anybody read Fantastic Four?
I do, and
this
it's
really why I put this in there. Like I added this on to your article because the book came out today.
Yeah, no, exactly. As soon as I saw that solicit, I was like, no, yeah, that's 100% what this is. So Fantastic Four, he's doing really character-focused work, which is really interesting. And he's such a huge Ryan North, the author, is like a huge nerd, but he has a really good talent for making over-the-top concepts seem understandable. So it's always an interesting read, but like no spec.
Yeah. So
is this going to get people into Fantastic Four though? I think that's their hardest problem. Is like nobody, like how do you sell Fantastic Four to somebody?
It's the same reason it's the same thing DC's having trouble with Superman. It's like it's so old and so established. It's like quaint almost. Like,
fair.
It was significant in comic book history, but like it's still around now more because of the legacy than anything else. That being said, great comic for a read.
All right.
Yeah. Well, the Alex Ross has been nice covers, so there's that.
I don't know if I'm bi. I don't not give a fuck.
Yeah, see, we don't have a middle. I was gonna
we don't have a middle.
give a fuck. I was gonna give us a middle category, but you didn't want that.
I think this falls into we don't give a fuck. I mean, like if it's your thing, cool. But like,
yeah. All right, good. He gets the show. Put it in we don't give a fuck because we don't give a fuck. All right. Next up. All right, we got the Immortal Thor. What is this nonsense?
Yeah, this is wild in a big way. So what's going on in the pages of Immortal Thor is that Roxxon bought the in-universe 616 Marvel Comics, who owns the right to Thor's stories. And a big recurring theme. Yes. Hold on, no. This is insane. But hold on. So a big recurring theme in Thor books in the last like 5 or 10 years has been the power of like stories and myths and how that affects like who a god is and what their powers are.
Okay.
And so the idea of here is that he's going to control Thor's story and they're going to pump out in universe like propaganda comics that are going to make Thor like a Roxxon stooge, and that's going to influence like.
So slapstick from the 90s. We're doing like slapstick from the like the comic book slapstick.
No, more meta.
Yes, it's very
way
meta,
more meta than that, yeah.
and it's similar to what Ewing did with Immortal Hulk, where he had Zemnu like incept everybody into thinking Zemnu had always been there. It's this very same. It's the same kind of story beat.
All right, that actually sounds. I mean,
it's different. Like
who did the cover on this?
Do
we know?
It's Alex Ross.
Yeah,
Ross is doing
that does look like Ross, right?
Yeah, Ross is doing all the covers for Immortal Thor. The only thing that I have to say against this is that they put Greg Land on the Roxxon Thor book, which sucks because Greg Land shouldn't get jobs because it sucks and copies porn faces. So like, that's gonna not make me like the book as much. But besides that, like this is gonna be a cool read.
I like Jack. He's just that's what I like to hear, Jack. I mean, honestly, this sounds like a buy. Like this sounds something that will catch a little bit of fire. Immortal Thor. Somebody say
I'm more intrigued now in Immortal Thor than I was before I had read this little.
Like I don't think it's gonna get to Immortal Hulk levels because Immortal Hulk was such a like surprise out of nowhere, whereas Ewing like kind of called his shot on this one. But it's still a good read, and like it's been interesting every single issue, which is not something I can say about every Marvel comic.
What if we have this?
Sarah doesn't like Thor.
Oh, really?
That's all right. I like it.
All right. Let's put it back anyways. It sounds,
I got to find it, though. You move on to the next one while I look for it.
We're going to the Moon Knight series. The Vengeance of Moon Knight.
Okay, so this is 100% a pointless death to bring in a new like spin-off character.
Yes.
If you can get over that, like this is really cool because Jed McKay's writing a great Moon Knight series. He was told he had to kill him off, but he still had 30 issues to plan for it. So there's
why?
Because Marvel wants a new spinoff because it lets them print a new number one, number one.
Fair. Oh, that's why. So they told they had to kill off to do the okay.
Do another one.
Because it like new characters, especially first appearances like that, are very marketable. But like if you can get past that, there's an annoying editorial reason for doing this. The book's art has been stunning from the beginning. I really like McKay's writing. I don't think there's a lot of spec potential here because it's such a crass marketing crap, but it's a good read.
Well, they're also too like they're combining a lot of Moon Knight stuff over with other titles, and like they're doing a lot of crossover stuff that contains.
Well, you got the Midnight Mission, so you still got all those characters. If they keep them around as long as they do, like you could go back and maybe not speculate on this current series, but you go back to the Moon Knight 1 where you had that vampire, the vampire chick and that soldier dude, and you go back and buy 8-Ball if you want to go buy 8-Ball.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the book that made us all care about the first appearance of Zodiac in Dark Reign. So, like, it's not impossible that there's some speculation.
Hunter's Moon. We got Hunter's Moon we can talk about.
Oh, that series, Yeah,
like this, it's a really good take on the character. But again, this, like, you have to be willing to get past the dumb reason we're getting a new character.
I'm not worried about the new number one. I read the new number one, and it seemed all right. I mean, I'm gotten used to new number ones. I'm on board to keep reading this. I actually have been liking Moon Knight lately, so I'm on board for this one personally. You guys make everybody but you, but I'm buying it. I already am buying it.
This all. Do you think there was? I mean, I know that it was like right around the time too. Like McKay's run fell right into the Moon Knight series that I think people kind of start picking the character back up.
Not that 8-Ball.
Do you think that played into some of people who had never been to Moon Knight before? And I mean, it was a good run for it, so it's going to continue going, or
it was a good run. So it was very well received. I also think people were interested after Age of Khonshu with Avengers, just because it was like, what do you do with a character that just murked the world? Like, how do you have an ongoing series? I think people are just like curious, and then McKay has a really great, almost Bendis like talent for dialogue, and he's prolific like Bendis, which is why I'm kind of high on him from an investing standpoint. He pumps out a lot of books. He's great with dialogue, and he's creating new characters, and he likes to reuse characters the
Which
same way Bendis
makes
did.
sense because it's easier. It's easier for them to picture a character to use them in a production if you can have easy writing on it. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
All right, we're
like
putting it by.
Yeah, like Black Cat's going to be in Blood Hunt. She's going to be in Doctor Strange, which McKay is also writing. She's going to be showing up in Moon Knight, which is also writing. Like he's brought up Taiguchi, the guy from Tiger Division, in like 3 different books.
Yeah, that dude.
Taskmaster. McKay does what Bendis does, and
Yeah,
the Bendis
that works well.
Yeah,
especially if he's the new Bendis, because Bendis kind of petered out there for a little bit.
No,
but
he also went DC.
Yeah. But even before that,
he jumped ship. Went right. Superman.
He was jumping ship as he was petering out.
Well, because he started to write everybody the same. Like all of a sudden, every character was the same snarky character. I'm like, wait a second.
I read this and whatever. Why do we have this on here again? Or did I just
this is the next grouping. This is the next batch.
Okay. Next batch. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Where the hell was I? Where did I just hit
10.
that from?
Go to 10.
Shit. Well, did I miss 8? No, that was Moon Knight.
That's Moon Knight. Yeah, now you're at 10. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right. So a big element in Zeb Wells' current run on Amazing Spider-Man, besides getting
Which
rid
you
of
love. You've already told us how much you love it.
Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing. He's a good writer, but fuck this run. It's fucking terrible. But basically, when he's not getting rid of the marriage for no reason, he's focusing on a lot of street level stuff, and a big part of it has been Tombstone. So there's this big gang war between all of the different like organized crime groups in the Marvel universe right now in New York, and that's just all. This is kind of teeing that up. I don't know if there's spec potential because I mean, like, it's cool to see Tombstone getting real character work and like getting exposure, but its run is just so, let's say, controversial at best. Like, there's people who love it, but there's just so many people who hate it too. I don't know if this really moves the dial for that. Like,
maybe not on its own.
Isn't this a shittier version of Shadowland?
Yes, which was a shittier version of the original gang war storyline from ASM. Like,
I get that. I actually did. I thought it was a better version of the original. Yeah, I like Shadowland. I thought they did a good job with it. But like, yeah. I mean, this is like the bootleg fucking version of this.
No, but
could somebody give Leftover Zaggy a fucking membership, dude? How is people just somebody?
It just goes random. I can't.
Somebody give him one. Jesus,
it won't let me. I would if I could. But the point being, like, Tombstone's not only got this going for him, he's got supposedly has a big role in the animated freshman year Spider-Man we're going to see. He was also supposed to be the bad guy in the El Muerto movie.
Oh, Jesus. How's that working out for you?
That movie got canceled.
Oh, no, they just announced they're going to do it without Bad Bunny, which means they're going to cancel.
Yeah, no Bad Bunny. There's no way they're doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're putting that in Cell. That's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's a shit turd stick on the fucking
war.
If you can,
I like the idea, but the execution is just not.
Yeah,
it's not coming home for me.
So Cell means somebody wants to buy that?
No, like we're selling. No, we're fucking no way with this. Like not like so like with Fantastic Four,
out on this idea. We don't want any.
Like Fantastic Four is like, okay, cool. It's got good art and like the story's okay, but like. Nobody really gives a shit with this one with Gang War. Nobody wants to read that Spider-Man book. That thing's shit. Like we're selling that idea completely. We're Fantastic Four. If you're down with Fantastic Four, if you got to collect the covers because of something, okay, we don't give a shit about it.
I was going to go the other way with it.
What?
I was going to say it's more the idea, like the idea of a Gang War street level that is enticing, but the actual execution of it's not been done well. So I'm out. Whereas Fantastic Four is. I just don't care about the character.
Well, I mean, how we've been ranking these
all
is
the
like
different versions you can give me. Reed Richards is the biggest bad guy in the world. He's the best guy in the world. He's a good dad.
I think
bad dad.
They fucked it up. I think we're selling that idea.
We read it all. What else do we got?
I don't know. It seems like how we've been ranking these so far, Pete, is that the ones that get in the we don't give a fuck are the ones where Jack's like, these are pretty good, but nobody's going to read them. And the ones that were like, this is a shit show is in the Cell. So put this in the Cell with the other shit show. Because what was the other shit show we had there? Avengers Inc. That was a shit show.
A shit show. I like the idea. It just was poor. It just didn't get the full execution. I can't even say poorly executed because they cut the shit off early.
All right, then change the things. Then change it to buy sell the.
That's fine. How we're doing it. I'm just.
I mean, we're halfway through the fucking list, and we're going to change the rules around
where I'm putting things. It's still a sell.
Put it a sell.
I will accept responsibility because I didn't ask for the rules at the beginning, which I usually
should have asked for the rules.
We never think this shit through.
Well, that's why I like to
we do, but then we just fucking change it at the last minute.
Right.
All right. What's up? Up next is
because I had an idea of can't wait, pass, and
you wanted to write a paragraph for each one of those motherfuckers that have 12 catalogs. I'm not trying to do that shit today. All right.
It would have been nice to have a middle category though.
Put in a middle category, Pete. All right. What do we got? Dr. Doom. Oh,
yeah. This is just gonna. I think this is just gonna end up being an Avengers story. I would love the idea of like an event where they finally follow through on what if we let Dr. Doom have all that power.
That would be amazing.
Got to do it.
I don't know why they haven't. They always like if they do it. If they made it an event, I'd buy the shit out of that. Yeah, because it'd just be more like Secret Wars, and that was one of the coolest part of Secret Wars.
Well, that's why I was so pissed off when we got the variant cover showing him as the Sorcerer Supreme, and all we got inside was this little panel. I was like,
yeah, it was fucking enough. Yeah, spoiler variant, my ass.
Because I'm looking forward to this. This is something I would like to see because we can get over the fact that yes, they've screwed up Doctor Doom twice in the movies, trying to make him Reed Richards, his nemesis or whatever as far as science goes. So let him be the fucking magic guy and just run roughshod over everybody with the scientific mind and the magic abilities. And he's a ruler of a fucking country.
Yeah, how long do you think the secret covers are going to last? Because none of them are actual secrets. Like, it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Spoiler covers?
Yeah, spoiler covers.
They've been doing those forever, right?
No, I know, but they've been kind of pushing recently, like on all titles, they've been pushing like non-spoiler spoiler covers, and it's just like dude, this is
Energon has been doing it a lot.
No, I'm talking about through Marvel.
I know with their reveals, and then Marvel has basically been doing it. Well, actually, it's not made a lot of sense. Like
that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense what they're doing.
They've done it with the death of Ms. Marvel, and they did it with the Sorcerer.
Yeah, but we all knew that was what I'm saying is like how Marvel does it. We all know what's fucking coming. Like it's not. Yeah.
I'm always amazed at how poorly Marvel handles their press for this stuff. They spoil things in advance. I'm like, what are you doing?
And they leave it in the solicitation. Yes, like if you read it, they'll put out the next book that goes in our last issue, and you're like, what the okay? And the previous issue goes, and wait till next issue where they show up, and then that's what the fucking spoiler cover is. Like, get out of here.
I remember I heard Hickman speak at Comic-Con one time, and he was like, if I had my way, you would get a preview catalog 2 days before you're allowed to order it, and there'd be 5 words in there. Like, I wouldn't tell you a damn thing. Like, he hates this shit.
Yeah. That's why I don't read FOC. I don't do FOC. I don't want to know that far in advance. I know I can. I just don't want to.
I don't think people do read it because there's plenty of times where we're like, yeah, this is what's going to happen in the net. Like, people are like, oh, can't you wait till like we do it all the time in the Star Wars show, and we're like,
I have one of those actually. Yeah, when we get to the new champions, there's a good example of that.
And you're like, dude, no, we know because we know, and like the Star Wars where they have the Sith character, I'm like, it's going to end in 2 books, and they're like, how do you know? Well, that's psychic. I just read the fucking.
I don't know where we want to. No, I'm putting Doom and buy because again,
Doom buy, yeah, maybe.
I like the idea of Sorcerer Supreme Doom.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forever change. They need to stop with that too.
Yeah. We talk about that in the Miles Morales book. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of dudes in this channel that love to check out my chest here. I'll tell you that. You're welcome. Glad I can make your dreams come true.
All right, moving on to the next one. Stop talking about chest hair. Where are we?
Hey, it's not me. I hear every show on this channel is bringing it up. They really love it, man. I'm glad that I could make it happen for you.
Prisoner X. We're going to Prisoner X.
I never read this series, but I know that name existed. We don't know a lot about what's going to come for the X books when Tom Brevoort takes over as the line editor when Krakoa ends. So maybe this is that.
It's just going to be Legion again. That's who Prisoner X was. I made this
slide,
wasn't it?
Hoping that Marco read this series because
I did. So like pretty much they used
ends up at the end.
It was like Shadow Man was kind of they were kind of doing which I actually think they've done a shit job with that character. They should do better with him. But pretty much the gist is they got all these mutants into a prison thing, and it just turned out to be another one of the Legion books where yeah, it was a danger room, but it was and wasn't. So like it was, but it was also Legion controlling the whole fucking thing. And eventually Bishop gets in a fight with this group here with X-23, Moonstar, and Beast. Well, Polaris kind of, but that was later because she unlocked everything. But like they just get in a fight with Legion, and then they put a collar on him to dampen his powers, which is what happens in every fucking Legion story. And that was it's a 5-part mini, so it wasn't horrible. You get to see, they brought in like Bishop's sister, which was kind of fun, but then it just got colluded at the end, like where they brought in all the Bishops. Huh?
Shard was his sister, right?
Shard, yep. Shard shows up. So it was cool, but then like every panel became a bunch of different X-Men groups fighting in the Danger Room, which was really Legion.
Yeah. So, what happened by the end, Marco?
Nothing.
What happened? What did you say happened by the end?
I don't know. They put a collar on Legion.
Yeah, they beat Legion.
I think this book takes place. It says at the age of X-Men. I think that was another alternate reality. So I don't know. I think
it was.
Yeah, so I think this isn't 616 canon even. So maybe
I think it was like 1191 and something else.
It's again another.
But then too. So like even in that, it made it even worse because they started bringing in all these other because they were Legion was like doing what Legion does, right? So he's bringing in all these different characters from different areas.
Yeah,
fuck with Bishop.
He's just doing his.
Sounds like we're a seller. Don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean it's not. It had a lot of potential, but then it just was like, it's Legion.
I'd like to give a fuck. It's just, I don't.
So it seems like we don't give a fuck. It was like we don't feel pro or con about it. That's kind of how I interpret it.
Yeah, it could. If they don't put Legion in, it's cool. If they, because then you have a bunch of X-Men having to fight through the Danger Room, but is also a prison, right? So that's kind of
not going to do it again. That's the thing. They're never going to tease this to do
Marvel
this again.
never does the same thing twice.
They do the same thing all the time twice. Where's Major X? He retired. Major X, fucking stupid as shit.
All right. Well, I'm just putting in who gives a fuck because I don't think anybody cares.
Nobody does.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Oh,
but
sorry,
again, Beast at least looked like Beast and did not look like Cookie Monster having a stroke.
He didn't, but inside he was like he's drawn differently. All right, what do we got? Miles Morales, 300.
Okay. All right, so in the back of Timeless, they mention a bunch of specific books that like follow these threads in the Marvel universe, and they showed Miles Morales Spider-Man 300. And so that's probably what this is referring to. They're saying that the character Rabble that they created in number 1 of this run, they're going to make his official arch nemesis, which sucks, frankly, because Miles has fought better villains. Rabble's motivation makes no sense to me. But like they know the significance of issue number 300 for a Spider-Man book. They know that. It's the same way when they did Amazing Fantasy 15 again. Amadeus Cho is the first appearance there. So like they know the significance of 300. So this is going to be a big book for sure. It's going to have a big print run. So you're going to have
what store's doing the McFarlane homage?
yeah, which aren't.
Which we've already seen Miles do.
Yeah. So this is going to be a really big book, I think, story significance wise. I don't know if enough people are loving Ziegler's run to care to pick up to like really blow this up. And I think Rabble's kind of a weak character. So
yeah, I'm not a huge.
I'm going to sell. Like if I have the chance to make money off this, like the day after release, I'm taking it. Because I don't see this growing like ASM 300 or like, anything like even close to that.
Bruce has been liking this run.
It's a good run. I just don't. I feel like I see that reaction. Like it's good. Like I don't know.
I've been in and out. To be fair, I've been in and out. I haven't been 100% on board the whole time.
I love seeing Ziegler to basically turn this into a manga. Because he's like giving Miles energy sword powers. Like that's been sick. But like he's had to do all these crossovers with Gang War and with Carnage Reigns, and it's like,
yeah, they have kind of put him in a box.
A lot of his own story. I like Ziegler's writing, but I don't hear people hyping the book up enough for me to think this is like a book you gotta hold on to because in 10 years it could be a big key.
Yeah, I was waiting for Marco to come back because I know Ziggler. He made friends with him at a recent con. He was like, "Oh, that guy's cool."
Yeah, Cody. Yeah.
Ziggler's Cody's awesome.
It's like we should get him on the show. And I'm like, well, I would if our audience liked guests like that, but you guys apparently don't like actual comic creators when we do find them for whatever reason. You just want to hear about what books to buy. So we got to trick you.
True.
We got to trick you into watching this stuff sometimes. That said, I don't know. I mean, Miles 300, that is kind of a big deal. I hate the numbering. I can't. God bless you, Jack, for putting the numbering in perspective. Like, I couldn't take the time to go through all
writing those articles was a real labor of love.
God.
For any of you who've ever been confused about how any of Marvel's numbering worked, I wrote a comprehensive series of documents for literally every Marvel series ever with a legacy numbering. So if you can use it as a reference. Yeah. No,
I love the legacy number. I'm fine if they want to renumber shit and be like new number 1, legacy number 476. Fine. Give me both. Just give me both. And I'm good. But they don't do that. They put it on some and then they drop it off of others. Then all of a sudden you'll give me a new number 1, and then all of a sudden issue 2 is now some milestone issue like 100 of some kind.
They didn't tell me. They didn't put the legacy numbering on the Jason Aaron Punisher series until issue number 12, which was like, what the fuck?
There's a link to the article so you guys can check it out later on.
There you go. Good looking out, Dub. That's what we need AOA for. Where's AOA?
Where's AOA?
He's on break.
Working hard.
Marco, we were talking about your buddy Ziggler.
What about
Right, Miles?
Oh, dude, dude, that guy's cool as shit, man. I hope I see him again. I don't think the guy drinks, but I'd love to fucking get that guy getting drunk would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
again,
Ryan,
I would buy Miles out of this.
I could, yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. It's a milestone issue. They're probably going to do something of interest. They're not going to let us down.
I'm going to buy it. I'm going to have at least one copy. I'm not buying the 300 homage, but I'll buy a copy.
Yeah, you'll know you're going to get it. I'm not buying that one either.
I'm not buying that one.
Yeah, not the 300 homage. All right, next up, we're after Miles. I skipped one. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
There's your vampire. I told you, vampire.
Okay.
So this is the culmination of a lot of. There's been a lot of vampires. In Punisher, in Moon Knight, Vengeance of the Moon Knight. Jason Aaron's Thor set up a lot of this by making a vampire nation in Chernobyl. It's actually kind of a cool concept. I'm going to be buying the expurgated version. So those are the versions where they don't take out any of the blood. It's just going to be super
gimmick.
Yep, I'm all for it though. I'm going to buy the Damnation books, not the Tarnations, even though the Tarnations are now probably worth more. But yes, I'm in for the bloody versions.
Well, why? I mean, that's just a gimmick, right? They don't need to take the blood
I don't care. That's just the one I want.
No, I'm saying they should have the blood. Like, it's a vampire book.
Yeah. That's why I want the bloody version.
What do vampires do? Yeah, I get that. But why, Pete, why is there a non-bloody version?
No. It's not that there's a non-bloody version. It's that the regular version is already really violent. And then what they're calling the red band version is like, okay, what if we were publishing this as like edgy Marvel? You know what I mean? What if it's meant for a more limited audience?
Ooh, edgy Marvel. Ooh,
I want to see what their thought of edgy is.
Edge. That's where the girl shows her ankles, right? The edgy Marvel.
Yeah, I'm going to be buying this book, especially because on the strength of McKay's writing. That's really big. And McKay said in an interview that apparently they a major storyline change accidentally came out of the end of this. We'll see how much of that is marketing hype bullshit. But McKay is a good writer. He's going to be using all of his favorite toys. You can see almost half of them on the cover. So I'm going to read the hell out of this.
So are they going to charge more for the bloody version?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
well, that's why.
That's why. There we go.
All right. I'll pay $1 for more blood than just paying for shiny.
And there's your target market.
Yeah, I will. It's Larraz is the artist, right?
Pepe Larraz.
Yeah, I'll pay $1 for just more Pepe Larraz art. 100%.
Yeah. You finally get me with gimmicks I'm interested in.
Yeah.
You don't have to make me buy a trade paperback to get this type of stuff. Yeah, I'll buy it right at the outset if you give me the option. You don't have to give me a card stock cover that's going to cost me an extra $1. You don't have to put shiny foil on it for me to pay you an extra $1. Give me extra content.
Just put some blood in it.
Yeah.
Not for any story, but
Well,
vampires.
I
You're
still like
goddamn
glow in the
right. I
dark.
want more blood and gore and
Yeah,
I love it.
Glow in the version of Patsy Walker Hellcat.
Yeah. All right. Next up, then, so we're buying that one, right?
I don't care.
That's buy. Everybody's in on that. I don't think there's anybody who's not in on that book. That actually looks really good. I'm actually surprised so far how many of these were into Marvel right now. I mean, there's some potential makers in these, but here we go.
This is another great one.
You think? Really?
Yeah,
Okay, well,
I think this makes sense.
Okay, so this similar to Moon Knight, this is another pointless it's like we need you to create a marketing event new character kind of thing. So you have to be able to get over that. If you can get over that, Benjamin Percy's run on Ghost Rider has been really interesting. The Hood showed up in the Ghost Rider annual.
Wait, hold on. This is the Ghost Rider that had Wolverine Ghost Rider in it, right?
Wolverine.
Yes, it is. Yes.
That's the interesting one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the series has been good.
Bjorn Barons has been killing it.
This is an interesting book to do. Like, the Hood is an interesting character to do this kind of thing with. I'm fascinated to see what like a book focused on a villain like with this kind of subject matter is like.
Yeah.
And if they can somehow make Ironheart a decent TV show or the Hood is just well received, you could see a bump there. Now, granted, it's been a long time since we've been really excited about an MCU project, let alone a TV show. So appreciate that that's probably not going to happen, but you do have some interesting upside there.
I've got more faith in the comic with him being the Spirit of Vengeance.
People going back
to the Ironheart series for the character, but I do like the character of Parker Robbins. I do like the idea of. To me, it was better. Like when they first announced, "Hey, the Spirit of Vengeance is going to go to a villain." Everybody's like, "It's going to Mephisto." Like, I don't want to see that. That's not that interesting. This has me more intrigued. I want to see what the Spirit of Vengeance does in a villain's hands. I want to see the stories they could tell us.
So to Sticks Boy 73 in the comments, I mean, that's like Parker Robbins' whole thing is that he made a deal with the devil or with Dormammu to get the Hood. So like, this is not a guy who's opposed to making deals with devils. And a big plot line in the Ghost Rider books has been the devil being like, hey, go kill some people. And Johnny Blaze being like, no, I'm going to kill bad guys. He's like, so it can make sense in the story.
Yeah, I mean that I actually see this if they go that route with it. This has the most potential to be super duper cool, but it also has the most potential to be like
not super duper cool.
Not super cool.
There's a risk. There's a risk.
For sure.
No, I mean it's a big risk on this one. Like this one's either going to be a home run hitter or it's going to be shit.
Yeah, but I'm not going to shit on the idea. Is intriguing enough that I want to see.
Yeah, I mean I like it.
That's
but you sold me on it.
Yeah.
I would use the word Helverine to sell it, but yeah, I mean
we're not using Helverine to sell it.
All right, we're putting it by. We're putting it by.
So.
I think we're getting a buy on that.
I would check that out. Yes.
Yeah.
I would buy that.
There's more buys than not here.
I know. I'm surprised.
But there's still some.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. So in the recent Death of Venomverse book, which was awful, fucking sucked. Total waste of my goddamn time. I fucking hate it. I'm still mad that I spent money on that, even though the Del Otto covers were cool. They did a bunch of backup stories, and from 2 through 5, there's always a backup story about this character. They call him Kid Venom. His name is like Koro or something like that. Basically, feudal Japan character. It's Kintaro. That's right. It's Clinter. Yeah. It's like feudal Japan. He gets a symbiote and he has to use it to like rid the land of Oni demons. So I love like Japan samurai shit. I can't wait for Shogun on FX.
I love fucking Shogun.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
Like fucking Game of Thrones, but with like Kenshi Ito and like all that shit. Like dial me the fuck in.
Have you seen Shogun before? Have you ever watched it before?
No. I have not.
Oh, it's fucking amazing. No, it's fucking like the original Shogun's fucking amazing.
Richard Chamberlain.
I'm really pumped. So, they're introducing this character, and it's a very blatant attempt to appeal to the manga market because it's growing 8 billion% within comics.
Yeah.
But like, if it's successful, manga doesn't usually have first appearance keys because they're collected in trades and stuff like that.
Right.
They single issues. So if this could have anything even close to manga success with an actual identifiable first appearance,
yeah, it's crazy.
There's some really interesting upside.
And I'm not gonna lie, I actually am interested in this. Out of all the dumbass ideas that they can throw out at us, for whatever reason, whether just because of my love of samurais and old feudal Japan culture, I'll eat that shit. A Blue-Eyed Samurai is still the shit on Netflix. Go watch it if you haven't. I just want to check this out. I'm gonna buy it.
I will tell you this: we reviewed that. We reviewed, when they did the whole
the Kid Venom thing.
We did that. We reviewed it, and it actually was I felt it was easily digestible for people who typically don't pick up manga. So
yeah, I mean, I gave you shit for the talking to animals like a Disney princess, but yeah, I know that.
Yeah, but that shit happens. I mean, at least we didn't get sweaty Mark, like sweaty Mad Mark with eyeballs bulging thing, like, So it was pretty understandable and easy. And I think it could translate. It's the best shot we've seen so far, in my opinion. So, all right. So what are we doing? Are we buying?
I think it's another buy.
I think it is. Another buy. I do. I think I think all
we're really backloaded with the stinkers.
Yeah, well,
there are some in here.
All right, we get to shit on stuff here in a minute. Oh, this is section 3
Another
now.
Group, last group, okay. I think.
This is dog shit. Okay, go ahead. Explain why this is bad.
Okay, So Marvel recently announced a new Punisher. Yeah, exactly. And the book was so good, nobody anywhere talked about it at all or gave even the slightest shit. And then they have this tease where they have the epic-looking armor. So, like, maybe people will care more about the Punisher 218 book, but no one gives a shit about this new Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're hoping that they will if we can.
This is a sell all day or an I don't give a fuck all day. There's no way this is a buy.
This is a sell because it's so fucking horrible. Like, don't even bring it to us.
Yeah.
Fire that person. We should have just called sell fire because whoever's in charge of that should be fired. That's really what it should be.
They're trying to move their book. I mean, I get what they're trying to do. It's just
but it's fucking stupid, and nobody wants to deal with it.
Hey, a lot of ideas are stupid.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean you print all the stupid ass ideas.
Sometimes you can execute a great stupid idea, and you can fuck up a great idea.
That's neither. That's just a stupid ass idea that's done.
Well,
stupidly.
It's a stupid idea, but the chances are it's going to be a stupid execution too.
Okay.
All right, Spider-Woman's not pregnant, so here we go.
Yep. All right, so Spider-Boy is Spider-Man's long-lost superhero. And the book somehow, it's been good. And the character's been interesting and it's been selling well. So Marvel decided to go the Gwenpool route of let's create a bunch of variants to try to fucking shoehorn this in of other long-lost heroes. My favorite one is the Spider-Man one for Miles, where it's basically just Miles with Groot dreads. A lot of creativity went on.
Oh, yeah. That's so creative.
High art there. But so based on this tease, it seems like they're going to be bringing them back they're going to actually bring them into the story. And when I was going through the solicits writing this article, the solicit for Spider-Woman 6 is a new adventure starts here, introducing some new faces with the potential to become new champions. So there's no guarantee that they're going to actually show up. I could be just putting, 2 and 2 here together and getting 8, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the first in-story appearance of a lot of these.
We're probably getting some of these.
Yes. So I've already told my LCS to put 2 extra copies aside. I'm interested with what Steve Fox is doing in the book. It hasn't been amazing, but it could get better. But I put 2 extra copies in there because if one of these characters really lands, then, maybe it's worth more.
Who are the characters? Who are these characters?
They were all made up. They were just on covers.
There's no characters. There's no real names. The only one that's real and that actually is worth something is the
Ultimate X-Men one.
The Peach Momoko one because
she
decided to make that the main character of her Ultimate.
See, she started it.
Yes.
Yeah, but her shit, when she's been doing that type of stuff, go ask Star Wars how that shit worked out. It has not worked out well for her creating characters, putting them on covers, and then telling whatever.
Some of these characters could work. Some of them I just don't see.
Yeah, May Storm. All right, that's what you're talking about.
You don't just slap tits on Magneto and say, "Hey, we got a new Magneto." It's a young girl.
Yeah, you do.
I think this is
what is that character all the way in the front? Sorry, Jack.
Why is there a Spider-Man TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle there? I don't get it.
So they're all just trying to go through them. Yeah, they're sidekicks. There's no we literally don't know anything about them.
Yeah, we don't know anything about them. They just put them on a cover.
All we have is this art.
Character design.
So like I'm gonna buy, but like not because I have faith in the concept. It's because like why the hell not? There's 20 characters here. Maybe
one of them's gonna hit. Yeah.
Maybe one of them does. So like if we consider that a buy, then yeah, a buy. But like in terms of personal confidence,
yeah, it doesn't look good.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Jack, I hear what you're saying.
I remember when these came out, these covers, and I was like, "Oy!" I even made a short doing all these shorts. But
I don't think we give a fuck, to be honest. I don't think anyone's gonna care.
Yeah, I don't think anybody cares. I guess
and go, and Marvel's gonna keep trying this shit because it worked once.
Yeah, we can say that, and I can tell you right now that I don't give a fuck. But I'll tell you, the market will. You watch. We'll see.
It depends. No, it depends.
We'll shit on the idea.
When is this coming out? When's this coming out?
April, I want to say. This is a few months out.
It depends. It really depends.
A couple months out. Like this will come out, but I guarantee you, somebody's going to start talking up once they find out which characters are included. Go back and buy those new Champions covers. Those are all keys. You got to have the first cover appearance of, I don't know. I don't even remember all the stupid ass characters.
Is Peach's X-Men going to come out before this or after?
Well, it's going to be coming out before.
Yeah. So I think you're going to get. I think it's going to be a.
She won't be included in this.
I know, but I think because of how that thing's going, like everybody's going to be focused on that, and around this time, it'll be 2 months later. There'll be the downturn, but people won't have forgotten from that yet, and that's going to hurt this concept of doing this shit. But I could be wrong. Could be wrong.
I don't know. When I see the books in back issue bins for cover, I buy them. But again, it's like I can risk $4.
Storm is going for more because they know we're getting more.
Yeah, we know we're getting it.
That make this happen for the others. If the others show up, do people go back for them too?
You got to remember, there's a couple books that we're getting right now that are going to fall off.
Market is fickle. They don't give a shit if the story's good. They just buy because character.
No, because you can sell them on a character, but my point is there's already going to be that narrative for the big push right around that time for May Storm. And the market can't focus on more than one fucking thing.
May Storm's a month out.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Ultimate X-Men will be next month. Like Black Panther's February, the beginning of March, we're getting Ultimate X-Men. So first week of March. Yeah.
And April's when this comes out. But I'm saying that's a 3 week difference.
That'll be a whole month after.
I don't know, man. I don't know. People don't have that big of attention. All right, we'll see.
I know. That's why they'll forget. Be like, wait, why do we buy?
We are kind of in the middle of sell and buy. I don't know what we do with this shit.
I'm not. I mean, I don't know.
I don't give a fuck.
Honestly.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck either. Put in I don't give a fuck.
That's where I personally feel. But I tell you, people will.
Oh, no, I know. People are going to give a fuck.
But I'm not going to tell them to give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. Plus, it's fun to say I don't give a fuck. Where are we at? All right, here we go. This came out, but we're getting a second.
You weren't sure who the blue guy was.
So I read this. Okay, I read this before we got in here, so I read all your I take it this is a write up you have on CBSI. We just formatted it differently.
Yeah. I just copied it. Okay.
Cool. So I read this here to see what it was, and I have to take umbrage with that.
What it is? Yeah, it's Twilight.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I just went to think maybe it's James Stark.
Yeah, I think it's. So I don't really know what this is. The chest plate makes me think it's Iron Man. The dot made me think maybe it was Sinister. We know.
I think it's a shadow dot. So I think because if you look, I think it's part of the art of the shadow of the foreheading.
Yeah, I think it's just the shadow.
Yeah, I don't think it's the. I know what you're talking about. You're thinking it's the Sinister Diamond. I don't think it's that. I think it's just. I think it's just the art of the shadowing of the art. Because if you look at where his quote unquote goatee beard type thing is. There's some weird shadowing there. If you look at Iron Man when he's in the back of tank as an old person, you also see forehead shadowing on that in the art. So
Well, it's also because Iron Man is now hooked up with the X-Men with Emma. There's
fair.
more ties.
But yeah, I don't know what they're. I don't think there's anything investable with it. Like, I care about Avengers Twilight and I care about what's going on with Tony Stark, but like I don't care about this tease at all. You know what I mean? Like, this tease doesn't give me anything to latch on to.
True. Well, it doesn't give you much.
Yeah, like there's
now a blue guy.
Can we just separate the fucking stories? Like, I don't need to fucking have X-Men in with the fucking Avengers, and I don't need Iron Man in with the X-Men.
Or if they are
just trying to leverage each other.
What's that?
Or I was saying, if you're going to mix them all together, just do it better.
But they've done that before with Civil War and with like what?
I mean, House of M was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, just do it.
Yeah, House of M. Yeah, right. Yeah, but House of M, when you look at it, House of M compared to the other shit that they do, it was like short actually.
Yes,
kind of. Sure. Yeah, with what, 4 issues?
House of M was 8.
Was it 8?
Oh, yeah, but it was like a hard 8 stop. So like, all right. Well, what is this then? Is this I mean, people like this.
Well, if it is like James Stark, then I'm more on board. I do like Twilight.
Doesn't it kind of look like Mr. Fantastic?
That does too. He looks emaciated. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. I just don't know what to make of this. But if it's Twilight, I guess, like, I think it's, I don't give a fuck because we literally don't know what it is.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, this isn't a good tease.
Not a good tease. Next up, we've got I don't give a fuck. I mean, the gods. The gods.
Yeah. So
I've tried to give a fuck, and I can't give a fuck about this.
The book is just like I'm still buying it just on faith of the creative team, but I'm like, we're getting a lot of issues in, and I feel like nothing's happened.
That's a Hickman. That is a Hickman trademark. Like the outlier was the House of X stuff, but like if you've read Hickman stuff, even his independent stuff, a lot of times he sure does like to warm up to get to a fucking starting point. I mean, he's like, remember those toys you have to use to spin? You had to crank them up and then you put them down, and then boop, 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 they started going. That's like Hickman. You spin that fucker forever.
He has a lot of high concept ideas. It's just we never see how they end.
Probably. Oh, we definitely do that. No.
Yeah.
He moves on to the next thing before it ends.
I'm kind of.
He's not wrapping up House of X right now. He's gone.
Yeah.
I want to care about gods. They haven't given me enough of a reason yet, and it hasn't done enough of the stuff that they told us it was going to do, which was like redefine how we see these crazy characters. It's been a lot of the same 4 people in a room talking. That's not what I was hoping for from this book at all.
But that his selling point is like, if you go look at House of M, it's fundamentally going to change the way you look at this. If you go look at like any book he's ever written, if you go look at East West, fundamentally going to change how you look at comics. Like that's his fucking tagline, bro. Like, some of them fucking hit, and some of them
he's concept guy. Like he's that guy who'll corner you at a party. He'll deliver you all these crazy ass high concepts, and you'll be like, yeah. And you walk away. What the fuck just happened with the last 15 minutes? I don't know.
Execution's done. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a sell. I'm giving it like 2 more issues to really capture me story-wise. But if I don't start feeling more interested in it,
you won't be. He needs at least 60 issues to get you going into it. So
I mean, like I want to be interested
after
in it.
That doesn't wrap up the shit that's supposed to run 90.
I love Hickman, but like 8 issues is a long time to give a book that costs like $5 or $6 a pop.
Yeah, that is a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't give 0 fucks about that book. Hold on, where did I go?
All right, we got a couple left. We're almost through it.
Where are we at? Okay, we're at here. We're at another Fantastic Four.
Okay.
All right. So this is the Scarlet Witch fighting the Griever at the end of all things. It's a character introduced in Dan Slott's run in Fantastic Four. So this is going to happen in one of 2 places. Either the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver miniseries that they're doing to celebrate the characters, I think it's 50th or 60th year in publication, or
the Scarlet Witch series, which will resume publication after Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver is done.
That's another one. Starts out great, but then just can't fucking land.
It's the Scarlet Witch has been good. Its narrative momentum has been derailed 100% by this stupidity with the miniseries.
The miniseries makes no sense.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I'm intrigued by using the Griever of all things because it's a character that showed up from a different writer and a different editor, which means that the character is kind of percolating beyond just one writer, which is usually how things get sustained. But
which is interesting, yeah.
But it's still villain spec, which is always dicey at best. It started in a Fast 4 book, not a lot of people read.
I do gotta say, over the last couple of years, and I thought this was something over actually the last 8 months we would have seen, because when we're saying that narrative about villain spec, it has still surprised me that we haven't gone to that pre-narrative of villain spec always sucks. That there actually has been a small, there's been a small sustainability of villain speculation. However, this succubus tit monster here, I don't think is going to be the one to go with.
Yeah, I think this is a sell.
Wearing Galactus's hat.
Yeah, I think if you can get someone who's willing to pay a premium for her first appearance based on teased, sell.
And this is again 2018 number 2, not the current number 2. You got to go back to the prior FF run.
Which that was a slot thing too, wasn't it?
Yep.
That was slot.
Yeah, this is a sell all day.
All right, sell it if you can.
Okay.
Oh Jesus,
you'll find somebody.
Yeah. So in the pages of Black Panther, he fought Penance. It came out like a month after Timeless. I don't know why this was. It wasn't like a big event either. It was.
I think they just had to fill the panel. What do we put in this one? I don't know. What are you guys working on? I got Monet showing up in Black Panther. Cool. Put it in.
And then Tulson shows up and takes over the Black Panther mantle and says he's going to be in the movies from now on, right?
So I'm going to say I don't give a fuck because this issue was kind of meh. This run has been cool. I've liked what E-viewing has been doing. Mainly because
I agree with the run. Like the idea of taking him, putting him down more in the streets. He's not.
Has been very.
That's been more interesting to me.
They need to bring Chris Allen back to doing all the art because he's much better than their fill-in artist. But it's interesting, and I feel like I'm getting a bigger sense of Wakanda. But I think this is an I don't give a fuck because this fight was just not that interesting.
Yeah.
You're yawning.
It's good. Yeah, but the rest of it's all right. Yeah, I get it. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Did I miss it again? No, I didn't. Last section.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we do got a last chunk here.
Yeah.
All right. So, in Doctor Strange 5, Clea's mom, Umar the Unrelenting, got married, and they had a magic child to seal the War Pact marriage.
This is dog shit.
No, hey, magic baby. She's not bearing a child from her flesh again.
Or the Uther had. It sounds like a half of a Viking story. Or the Uther had a magical baby child that glows.
The character that she married is on board with this magical birth.
Yeah, and so then in the pages of Doctor Strange, basically Clea and Stephen are spending as much time with the kid as possible to try to be good influences. So that this already very powerful baby, because it has magic powers already that it doesn't know how to control, is hopefully going to grow up to be a good person. Yeah, exactly.
More Alex Ross covers too.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Does Miss Cleo do they have the number for Miss Cleo here, or does she just Cleo? It's not Miss Cleo.
It's
go ahead, Dub.
It's Cleo. Yeah.
So Clea's mom. Yes. Was a surrogate mother for Doctor Strange and Clea?
No.
Umar and Clea's mom and this weird
He-Man character got married.
The He-Man character got married, and to seal it, they had a baby through magic.
Magic baby.
Magic baby.
2001 Space Odyssey. Magic baby.
and then Steven and Clea babysit all the time to like try to like be good influences.
They kind of almost adopt. They're the godparents to the imaginary magic baby.
Yes, and recently they've been kind of hinting that maybe Strange and Clea will actually have a child together, which would be kind of interesting, but it would also be like a big change in permanent character growth, which Marvel is against doing. So that's probably not what's going to happen.
Unless it's in an alternate.
So wait, so this is going to be like a sorcerer and maybe like a being that somehow has a soul but used to be a machine, and then one of them imagined they had a magical kids, and then they didn't have it, but then they actually had kids.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
Are they going to name them Wiccan and Wiccan and?
Well, so that's the thing. It's a Marvel baby, which means they're going to magically put it through time and have them come back as a teenager. So we need to be on the lookout for that. Because God forbid we let characters age.
Clea's just being a good big sister.
Yeah. But I like Jed McKay's writing. I don't think this is a dial mover for most people. Alex Ross covers it.
Another W. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
All right. See, I told you it would even out eventually.
Yeah.
Deadly Venom's got it. Fucking 4 Deadly Venoms just comes right in. He's like, oh, now it makes complete sense. What the fuck?
Ring the bell.
Good shit, Deadly Venom. Good shit.
Magic.
All right. Let me get back to.
Yeah, we got
We've got so many fucking slides in this bitch today.
We're almost through them all, and then we got a couple of cheers.
I gotta see where I'm at. Was that it? That was
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Ooh,
so that is Terror Inc. They showed up as wacky villains in the most recent Spider-Man 2099 series. Marvel recently teased that they're going to be bringing back 2099 again, but I don't think they're going to do a big horror theme to it. I think Marvel finally realized that horror comics are popular. So there might be a shot for the group for Terror Inc. to come back, but again, super obscure villain spec. This is a sell. If you can trick somebody into giving you money for this, do it now. Because
go look for your St. George #2s. Get your
St. George #2. What fucking condition those things got to be in?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, I do. Not good.
You can find them in dollar bins.
Yeah, all fucked up.
Maybe.
Remember that toilet paper shortage? Yeah, some of them were used for that too.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean that is the quintessential pump and dump book if I ever fucking heard of one before.
You don't like Shrek?
St. George Abbott from Epic. What? No, get out of here. All right. Sell that one. Sell it down the river. Babysitter Club. They turned Doctor Strange into Babysitter
New Testament. I guess we're talking about magic babies, I guess. Yeah.
All right, now we're getting to the good shit. Yeah. All right.
No.
Dude, I'm all about it.
There's a kaiju with an American flag tattooed on his fucking forehead.
America! Fuck yeah!
So in Al Ewing's New Avengers, there's some really off the wall shit. And one of them was that the US government gave this Marine a super soldier serum that was a combination of basically every single super serum ever. So it was like the lizards formula, the Red Skulls formula, like Pym particles, gamma rays. It was just like,
it sounds like what a 5-year-old. It sounds like a 5-year-old playing with his toys would come up with some shit like this.
It was very tongue in cheek, but it was like, and this guy had a fucking American flag tattoo, and so when he would grow, the tattoo would somehow grow in proportion with him. And
like Hulk's pants.
A kaiju, all he could say was USA. Like,
that's amazing.
Hey, was it tattooed on his neck by any chance?
Well, it is now.
I actually think the tattoo is on his like chest or something, so I don't know how it moves to his forehead. When and like that's kind of part of the appeal of the character is honestly that like you're not meant to take this seriously. It's meant
to be funny as shit.
The fucking wacky crap that can only happen in comic books, and because of that, it's fun for me to see him show up. So, like, if you, I think this book is a buy.
It'd be set in Florida.
Only because you can find it for cover price most times. And it's a character that they keep bringing back for admittedly small stories. But like all you need is a bunch of scattered appearances over time to get a small fan base going. And if you hold out a while for a cover price book, you can probably get $10, $12. I'll take a 250%, 300% return any day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, a lot of us love Leopardon for no good reason. Like, oh, he was in the Japanese version of Spider-Man. Like, that matters. But
I mean,
Leopardon's cool as shit. Makes no sense.
Yeah, Darkhawk's
mech that Spider-Man.
Hey, don't the fraternity of Raptors is sweet, bro. Like, slow down on your
storyline was awesome.
slow down your hate there. I mean, I don't call many people out, but it seems like you actually read books, so. We're gonna slow it down.
I know you do love your Darkhawk, don't you? You love your Darkhawk.
Honestly, like that, the Fraternity of Raptor stuff was good. Like, I mean, when they get him,
everything Abnett and Lanning did with Marvel Cosmic was fucking incredible.
That's what I'm saying. Like that type of stuff, they fucking made a lot of shit ass characters pretty fucking good.
They did.
100%.
They made them cooler than they should have been.
Yes, for sure.
I mean, there was like baby sperm sacks in that didn't make a lot of sense, but whatever. Well, I mean, they were like, what do you want to do? I don't know.
Just mix color play it together. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. You just all they need to do is have this like happen in Florida, and it's fucking over, bro. All right.
Wait, where do we put the kaiju though?
Buy that shit. I'm sold now.
Buy the kaiju. Yep. I like that book. I have that book.
It's a great book.
Yep.
What book?
The kaiju book. I like that one.
Yeah, the kaiju book.
Yeah.
All right. What are we doing about the hover chair Magneto though?
Yeah.
So
this is.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's one of two things. It's either whatever's going on in the post Krakoa X-Men, or it's going to be what's going on in this X-Men 97 prequel comic they're making. The fact that the hover chair looks like the one Professor X had in the original X-Men animated series makes me think it's probably more the X-Men 97 thing. They've told us Magneto's going to be the headmaster, so maybe that's just how maybe that's how Xavier's school works in that universe. You have to be in the hover chair.
Handicapped to run it.
Yes, sure. Exactly. Because everyone deserves to be recognized. So that's what I think it is.
Maybe he's not handicapped. Maybe he just likes cruising around a sweet ass fucking hover chair, bro.
Lazy. He's just lazy as shit. He's just fucking. I'm gonna ride in this.
Have you ever been to a fucking Walmart? There's tons of people riding around in rascals.
Are we sure that's Magneto though, or maybe it's Professor X who stole Magneto's helmet?
Yeah. Also, a great question.
I think this is an I don't give a fuck because who's going to buy a comic based on this?
I offered you another option too with the new X-Men, which has the logo look of the astonishing X-Men, which were led by Magneto in an alternate X-Men universe.
I could see that.
I mean, I'm gonna pick this up, but I still don't give a shit.
Yeah, I think the point is either version. I don't think anybody gives a shit.
Nobody gives a shit. You're gonna buy X-Men.
Corey, we're selling you, Meg.
You are. Everybody wants to see the cartoon TV show, so you're buying that fucking book. Yeah. Nobody gives a shit. Yeah. All right.
I got nothing on this. It's Iron Man with a big thing. Like, is that like the thing from Goldfinger where he's like got the laser pointed? Like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
A whole city's going in there. What is going on?
He's got a big laser. Good.
And I don't think that suit that he's wearing matches the one you showed in the image because his chest plate looks almost like a hexagon or a trapezoid. Yeah. And in the right one, it's a circle, but that could also just be how it's drawn.
I just went with a future Invincible Iron Man that looked like Tony was fighting his armor, and I'm thinking, well, maybe somebody hijacks his armor. I don't know. I was just guessing.
Maybe somebody finally kills him.
No, that's not going to happen.
Then get rid of the shit, sell it.
Yeah.
All right. Wait, what's this? Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Oh, the last little.
We already know. Yeah.
Yeah, we found this out.
Yeah, we already know this. What about it?
What do we good? So I'm putting it in buy.
Good. Mm-hmm. It's got like a Kingdom Come, Marvel's Batman Returns kind of vibe to it. So
yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, but I'm into reading it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems.
I don't think it's a super huge spec book, but I'm buying that series.
People are liking
I
it.
don't know why it's selling as well as it is. But
Yeah, I think it's getting overhyped. It's like pretty good. It's not amazing.
Is it the new independent thing? Like a lot of times when you saw independents earlier on, like 4 or 5 years ago, you'd see like even reader hype on stuff because they'd be like, "Oh, it's such a good storyline."
I like reading it.
And for some reason, yeah. And for some reason, the prices would spike on some of these things, even though they had no shot at anything. And then over time, they come down.
I think Acuna's art's just really good, and he doesn't do a lot of interiors anymore.
Yeah.
So a book where he is with someone who's generally ascendant right now, and Chip Zdarsky.
Yeah,
and
Chip's shit's good.
Yeah, Zdarsky
and he's
too.
pivoting away from comedy or from just comedy to doing a lot of serious drama work. I think he has an honest fandom, and so the book's pretty to look at. And so it's like, okay, I'm down with dystopian shit because dystopian shit I think can be really interesting because it's just as much a comment on where things are now as it is its own interesting story.
Yeah, fair enough.
Iron Man already fought Captain America.
Yeah,
and he broke his chest with his shield, so Captain America wins.
Yeah, but this old Captain America.
Thank you for that input, Dub. Thank you for that input. Good job. Good job.
I didn't know how it ends.
All right. Spider-Boy, what do we got, Spider-Boy?
It's just extras. That's why it's recolored. These are extra little tidbits to talk about.
Do you want to talk about Spider-Boy at all, Jack? What's your theory on Spider-Boy? How do you feel about him?
So I think it's a good investment for a couple reasons. One, the series is actually a lot of fun. It's targeted towards younger readers, so you're going to have to wait a little longer, but the stories are actually genuinely good. Two, if you look at the Diamond Top 100 individual selling comics, I think from like when we had sales charts, Dan Slott had more books on that list than any other writer. So like much as he gets a lot of guff from people, the man knows how to sell popular comics.
Characters.
And if you look at a lot of the ideas that he's established, they have gone on to be decent investment returns. I mean, the whole Spider-Verse concept, I mean, you can argue it came from the animated series, but in comic book form, it came from Silk is created by him getting a TV series. Superior Spider-Man was like, this huge controversial thing that's now become like a fan favorite book. So on the strength of that, I'm willing to roll the dice on an Humberto Ramos like under-ordered variant with a first Spirits audit of a cool looking character, because we all know that looking cool is half the battle. That's why Spider-Gwen caught on. Her design is fucking sick.
That is true.
You'll find somebody who can finally write her a good story. They haven't been able to do that yet. Like,
fair.
So this is why they do spoiler variants, because of books like this.
Yeah.
Coming back to what we talked about earlier.
Exactly. So like if you can get your hands on this book, I think this is a great book to buy and hold for a while. And this is a character that's honestly tailor-made for a TV show. The book it's got like a lot of wacky, kid-friendly, like it feels like I'm reading a Saturday morning cartoon. And it's fun and it's nostalgic, but it's with new characters. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to be a reader. And I think it's caught on pretty organically with fans. He was originally meant to be like a recurring character in the adjectiveless Spider-Man title, but they canceled that title because Dan Slott can't write 3 books at one time, and there was such positive reception to Spider-Boy. So like it's very organic growth and interest, unlike with the other with the new champions, where that's just blatant marketing.
Trying to push it up,
yeah.
All right. What did we miss?
Well, it's not your fault. It didn't load. So do this one next.
All right,
this was actually slide 4.
Yeah.
This was early on. We missed this one.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just a picture of the Green Goblin. So it's one of two things. It's either Norman Osborn's going to go back to being the Green Goblin, undoing the most interesting thing they've done with the character in a long time, or
Goblin,
or it's a reference to the upcoming Proto Goblin like centered story, who was first mentioned like forever ago. And it's going to be written by J.M. DeMatteis, who's written, some of the greatest Spider-Man stories of all time, namely Kraven's Last Hunt. So I'm going to say this is a don't give a fuck, because if it's the Proto-Goblin story, I'm going to buy it on the strength of the best Spider-Man writer of all time, or one of them writing it. And if it's more of this Zeb Wells garbage, I don't want it anywhere near me or my children or anyone I care about. You know? So like, I think it's an I don't give a fuck just because we have to split the difference.
No, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, we missed Pro.
Okay, I agree.
Got our last. I know because Jack was like, "I'm good till 11," and then we're already at 11:35.
Oh no, I'm down to hang out.
Cool. Then we got one more. We got one last one for you, and it is topical.
Okay. All right. So I have some big thoughts on this. So I'm all in on these books for a couple reasons. One, Ultimate Spider-Man was underordered because no one, and we talked about that, no one was expecting it.
Yeah.
Two, everything I'm reading, they are actually trying to go in a very different direction with most of the books. Like Peach Momoko said in an interview, like, I think they chose me because I'm going to do something different. This isn't rooted in classic X-Men stories. So to me, that means it's not going to be a retread like the original Ultimate X-Men was.
Yeah.
It's going to be something new and different. And so given how hot like Peach's work has been, if she can deliver at times, if she can deliver like her own story, it can be great. Did any of you guys check out the Demon War?
Yeah, I was gonna say that shit was good because it was a different universe, different vibe, different. But just some of her straight covers have just been straight.
But that's not it. But also what you're saying sounds a lot like what she said with the Star Wars stuff, and that shit is trash on fire. Like it was bad. Like no words, shit coming out of people's heads, like La La Land bullshit. It actually looked a lot like the drawings that you're having here. And I mean, so when she's on, her shit's really good. But when she's off,
she's off.
I agree. There's a bit of a risk, but ultimately it seems like Marvel is committed to Ultimate actually being something unique and different. And I think like what they're doing with Ultimate Spider-Man is such a great example. Like bringing Uncle Ben back, letting Peter actually evolve into an adult, which ever since Brand New Day,
different take on the character. I'm on board. It makes a lot of sense, and it also makes a lot of sense for a lot of the older comic collectors, which is the bulk of the comic collectors.
Not just a brand new take, but a take that I think that some of the older people were like in their head, like almost like a what if type thing, like thinking themselves, and now they're getting to see it play out.
Yeah. So I think
not even just that. Like I can fucking relate. If you were to tell me that, oh shit, I could have been a superhero this whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I got wife, kid, just shit like that. I'm like, oh well, shit, yeah. Give me that spider.
Other than the writer of Ultimate Black Panther, these are all pretty marquee top name talents. I mean, Marco Cicchetto, Jonathan Hickman, Stefano Caselli, Peach Momoko. These are all very big names.
Yeah. They're going to get drawn up.
Yeah. So like, and if people remember, when the Ultimate Universe was first created and really clicking, those books were going for a very significant premium.
They were, and they've actually held. Well, Spider-Man held. X-Men didn't really hold.
X-Men didn't hold, but that's also because it was basically just a retread.
It completely just retreaded the.
Whereas this is very much its own new, unique thing. So that gives me some more confidence in it.
By the time Ultimate X-Men decided to actually take a different angle on things, it was too late. I think people just didn't care.
Yeah. So I'm all in on these books because it seems like they're putting the time in to make them quality and to make them actually different. And Marvel has been so hesitant to let their characters feel different lately that this already feels like such a breath of fresh air. And I want to back Marvel having a breath of fresh air.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all right.
Yeah. Like I said, I really liked Ultimate Spider-Man. I read it. I do like it. I read Black Panther. It's not bad, but I need more.
It wasn't the same.
It hasn't hooked me yet. That's all. I'm not hooked.
Yeah. Which maybe it will, I guess, but like, I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe it will. It's just so far the setup is just like, okay.
Yeah. Seen that before. Yeah. Like where you have the difference in Ultimate Spider-Man where you're like, okay, cool. That's a different take here.
There's a lot of different angles on things.
Ultimate Black Panther. I wish we could ruin it, but I can't. Well, look at the moon behind, which is something they've done in other books before. So that's something that kind of is retread. the beginning storyline of it is kind of a retread, and a certain anti-hero character shows up being exactly what he is, an anti-hero character that we've seen before. So
yeah,
like,
but now he's dating another character that we know.
oh well, yeah, well there is that. I'm sorry, yeah.
That's
Well,
what I mean.
so-
There's weird connections. Maybe
so
that'll be
that's-
interesting, but it's not enough yet.
That brings up something interesting, though. The fact that can we spoil that he's dating Storm, right?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So Storm
But he's
is
done that
going to be her own thing. But no, but then that means that
Yeah, it's not.
Storm,
Wait, it's not Black Panther dating Storm like you might expect.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. It's not. Yeah.
Killmonger.
Yeah. Well,
But, like,
we're just spoiling it all.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
it. Well, I mean, who cares? I mean, if you guys
But,
read
like,
it, you read it. Nobody's not going to read it anyway. They're going to go buy it because they think they can make money.
Yeah, a bunch of people bought it. Well, I think people are just going to buy it because they could say they bought it, to be honest with you. But go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Jay.
I was thinking like when they first showed May Storm, that character, and they said it's going to be the Ultimate Universe version, I was like, oh, does that mean we don't have an Ultimate Storm? Like, so like the fact that Ultimate Storm already exists means May Storm will be her own unique, interesting thing. So like I think that really does up the appeal of that new Champions variant, just because it's a character who seems developed, who there's actual thought given into, and who we know is primed for her own distinct arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have no idea what Peach is going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you've read Black Panther books before, everything that was in this Black Panther book is retread. But I mean, who knows what they're going to do with the second one? I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm more into the other two books in the Ultimate Universe than
I think those are. I actually think out of them, I think those are like. I think this. I don't think the Spider-Man book is what it is at this point. That horse has already left the fucking stable. But if you're going to gamble on one of the two, I think the potential of Momoka not fucking this up, or at least getting her stands to get behind it, has a lot bigger of a potential upside than what I read today, where I was like, okay, oh wait, stop skimming the pages, go back and reread. Like Ultimate Black Panther, let's be honest, like it became a skim book. You know what I mean? Like if you read enough comics, you know what I'm talking about. It became a skim book.
You know what it's doing.
Shit, I gotta go back.
Wasn't.
Yeah, I got to go back and actually read the words and see if I missed something. But like, nope, didn't miss anything. So
again, it's not that it was bad. It was just it was okay.
Is that who wrote the Killmonger series?
Is Brian Edward Hill is the same guy.
So if that Sarah kind of just gave away what this book is about. So
yeah, so you're giving Killmonger kind of like a prime spot. Because once he showed up, he was the most interesting character that we had gotten in the story.
Well, does that maybe mean he takes over like the book? That'd be a really fresh take. Like just no T'Challa, just like
no. That's not what's going to happen. That's not what's going to happen. Yeah, no, it's not. Yes, because of what. It's going to be a 2-storyline. It's going to be a tag team. It's going to be 2 enemies, 2 heroes.
I don't know.
It's going to be Captain Man and Iron Man teaming up together to save the universe against.
I don't know. I could see them doing something
where he just takes over.
Maybe that gives me something of hope of something new and different, and be like,
maybe
this is different.
That they off BP right off the.
Very Ned Stark Game of Thronesy.
That would be
exactly. Be like, whoa, wait, what?
That would be something if they did that. That would be something.
If they wanted to do that, they should have done that like already. They should have done
that in the first issue.
If that was the goal, it should have happened today already. We should have already been. Holy crap, that happened already.
Yeah, no, it was like when you.
Yeah, I skimmed it. I did exactly what you said. The past little bit, I skimmed the book, and I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I could see they could have done it in the first issue, but I also could see them doing it at the end.
They could do the Ned Stark. They could do down for those people that don't know. Like Ned Stark was there, and he thought he was taking over, and then all of a sudden, fucking off with his fucking head. So like, they could do that.
But is that a reason to buy
okay?
But you think, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you do that, do you think people are gonna be like, yeah, fuck yeah, kill him? Like,
I mean, it's a very risky proposition that A, they do that, B, they execute it well, C, they execute it well and do that, and fans respond well. Like that.
Yeah, which is where I think you would start having the fall off of it.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I really do want to see in 2 weeks if this is going to be an interesting push with the
Point being,
Ultimates,
though,
though,
I still think,
because you're
regardless
going
of
to
our
get a lot of hype on the
conversation,
BP
we're
anyways,
putting
right?
the Ultimate Universe in buy. We're
Yeah,
buying in.
no matter what you are, you're going to get at least 2 books out of that 3 that for a long time. And I'm talking long comic book time, so we're going to get like a 3-month span here, because usually after the 3-month period, it's like you know what I mean? We're going to get the 3-month period out of this. You're probably going to get at least 6 a year, because Spider-Man's good. You're not getting the Momoka stuff for another month or so.
Just a month.
And then that's going to, well, yeah, but then that's going to lead to the stands are going to carry that for at least another month. Spider-Man's going to continue through that. So even if you lose out on the BP stuff, you're still going to get about in a year here. And everybody will give Momoka. I mean, you're going to I think the Momoka haters is going to come out and start screaming. And you know what that does? That gets the stands to get even fucking louder. So you're going to have those 2 groups going at it, which will generate more fucking eyes on that book anyway. So, yeah, there you go. I mean, I think it's a good play. I mean, plus there's a lot of people who, let's be honest, there's a lot of people who are already vesting into that fucking X-Men book, and they have been for a while.
For sure.
And they have been for a while. So, like, once you do that, like,
we don't need our
yeah, once you start vesting in that, I think that keeps it up a little bit longer too. I mean,
the last slide was one of the general slide, wasn't an actual slide.
So on balance, I mean, it's mostly seller don't give a fuck, but there's a solid, I think it looked like 40% of that.
Yeah.
That we were like, let's check it out. That's not bad. That's not a bad ratio.
No.
I don't know if they're gonna. You think they're gonna cross over all 3 of those books?
They will.
Like this?
They will eventually.
That is
Eventually, but like,
because so what they've basically already said is that they're going to be building up the corners of the Ultimate Universe in these 3 books, and it's going to kind of build to a confrontation with what the Maker was doing in
with the Maker, but not with each other.
Right. No.
Well, they'll be against the Maker.
Like there's going to be an event series, but I don't think they're going to be like. I don't think Ultimate X-Men are showing up in Ultimate Spider-Man anytime soon. I think it's going to be 3 separate stories that converge at
Converge to go after the Maker. Yeah.
That's what I think.
That could make sense. That could be all right to read.
Yeah, which at that point, no, I mean, I think that's where it comes with the team up portion of like, because you're going to have the X.
Well, I mean that's a different. It's not actually a team up. It's just
like that's a full blown
we're all
crossover.
facing the same
crossover.
Antagonist.
Yeah. I think the potential of being more of a team style book, if you read BP today, is they're gonna. I mean, they've got.
And we have the Ultimates
strong characters in there. You know what I mean? So
strong characters in there.
Yeah,
and we have that Ultimates book coming. I think they announced it as a mini series already.
Yeah,
so that'll be like the next kind of major plank, and that'll probably be like that'll take the same role that the Avengers takes in the MCU. Like that's where the big story happens.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, having a different Black Panther or a different person carry the mantle of Black Panther is what Marvel needs. MCU needs. So doing that, we already have T'Challa's not going anywhere in the 616, you know, I mean Tosin, like what happened to Tosin, right? So but having this universe have a different person wear that mantle would really help them in the future, like not tomorrow or not next week, but like down the road, that would be a good baseline for them to incorporate into the MCU. So
that is also true.
You know, what you're saying kind of makes sense with having.
And the audience response to Killmonger is, again, a strong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It could work. It could work for them.
All right, boys, I got to get up early tomorrow for work, but I appreciate y'all having me on. It was great talking comics. Let's definitely do it again sometime.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah, Jack. Thank you so much for hanging out. That was really cool.
Yeah. Doors open for you.
Guys. It was great meeting all of you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
For sure. We'll drop your link in the chat as well to make sure people can see your article. Awesome. So thank you.
Yeah. Later, bud. And I'll catch up with you. I'll catch up with you in our chat tomorrow.
Awesome.
Take care, man.
All right. Later. That is cool. That guy's good.
Yeah.
Fucking shit. He
probably got to have Jack on.
It's fun to talk to somebody that like reads similar
comics.
Yeah, that's fun. Funny shit. He like knows the things too. Like that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot there on that list that it was like, okay, I see where he's going with that.
Yeah, again, not every idea is going to hit. and that's the point. It's to see where people are interested in.
Thank God we're gonna get rid of some of that shit, though. All right, Pete. What else? We've only been going for 2.5 hours.
We've only been going 2.5 hours, but we do have one more segment that I did make.
What'd you make?
For us before we can get to your after hours? You could talk about your shoes.
Oh, I should gotta go get the shoe things.
Talk about. But we will go to this.
Those keyboards are fantastic.
They really are. I mean,
the synth is awesome.
I reuse that sort of intro, different versions in that song, but fuck it, I love it. It's
good.
It's awesome for our purposes here when we were talking about a vintage thing like the vintage toy watch. And today I did make a vintage toy watch focused in on Marvel, since we were talking Marvel. We're all about Marvel today. So that's where I focused my looks when I went back to look at the recent toy sales. So for fun, for nostalgia, let's take a dip and to see what toys sold this week. Real quick. Carded Wolverine.
Secret Wars.
Secret Wars. This was my shit. I fucking had all of these. Well, almost all. I should say almost all. I didn't have some of the harder to find ones. Those foreign releases, etc. But Silver Claws. What do you think? Carded. This is still carded too.
I don't know where these would even start off pricing wise.
Yeah, that's what I don't know where these are.
Ain't bad. $130. Even with just one bid, and that's how it ended.
Yeah.
$130 ain't bad for carded.
Yeah.
A lot of these cards.
500 BK. Fuck. That's what happens when you play with Monopoly.
A lot
money.
of these Secret Wars cards are yellow as shit.
Yeah,
Look at them. Like a lot of the carded, like the plastic.
Yeah,
the bubbles, yeah.
Yeah, the bubbles is just they just did not age well. So the fact that this one looks nice and clear, you got a winner.
Somebody kept that out of the air, air free.
Yeah, to give you a sense of what the character looked like, you got the Silver Claws, which is also
that eyeball.
The Silver Claws is a premium over the Black Claws. I had the Black Claws on my figure. I did not have the silvers.
They said you said Pogs.
Well, the shield, the shield that had the little lenticular images inside. Every Secret Warriors character had a shield.
Yeah, Pogs.
Well, they were Pogs before Pogs.
Yeah.
And then just for shits and giggles, I showed you the back of the card too, so you can see that initial run. Had their 8 figures, and everybody again had their shield. I don't know. This hits me in the feels because this is toys that
we know we've covered this shit like 6 times. We know this is.
I know. I love it. I still love it. That's why I have a whole. There's a whole again. If you want to see them, there's a whole top 10 toys covering the Secret Wars down below. Go check it out. But on top of that, again, I didn't stick with a lot of the carded or boxed, but I do have 3. Marco ran off because he didn't want to see me love on this one because I fucking love this thing too.
Oh, the Tower of Doom.
Tower of Doom. Oh my god, I love this fucking thing. This is my favorite. This shit, man. The fucking cage or the locks. It was like you would trap people inside.
Never understood why Kang was on top of the Tower of Doom, but it's
hey, it doesn't matter. Kang's up there.
Kang,
I always like Kang. But this thing boxed $270 doesn't seem that bad.
It doesn't.
It's a lot of money, but
wow,
$270 doesn't seem terrible.
Yeah, that seems like a decent price with free shipping, even.
Yeah, and when you look inside here again, this is to give you a sense of the toy. There was an elevator on the side. Those little I don't want to call them trapezoids. I don't know exactly what we would call that shape, but whatever. It locked you in. It was like you flicked a button, you trapped characters inside the tunnel, getting into the Tower of Doom.
What is this?
This is the Tower of Doom, man. Secret Wars, the base.
That's awesome.
Yeah, see, they had the chair that you can like run down the side at the back, and you had the gunner chair at the top. There was like a little secret exit.
Anything
on the upstairs area. This is just a great fucking toy. I had this thing. I love this thing.
You must be talking about Kang.
Yeah, I don't know why Kang was on top, but he was. Here's again a better look at the box, so you can see what it looked like boxed. $270, Marco, is what one of these sold for boxed.
That seems cheap.
That's what we were saying. Yeah,
That's what I said. That's not a bad price for something like this.
The box like
again,
Terror of Doom, which is a similar in size and stuff. I mean, obviously,
it actually wasn't that big. It
like
was
325.
15
Yeah.
inches, maybe 18 inches tall.
Wasn't
Wasn't that big, but it was still a cool little base for what it was. And then my last boxed example is going back a little bit further. Again, we're talking Marvel. You would think there's a lot of super expensive Marvel toys. There actually aren't, in comparison to some of the other things we might usually cover. But we did have a boxed Mego Hulk.
Oh yeah,
Mego was awesome.
And this was a Mego Hulk where he had his little, his little white lab coat, which actually looked like a karate gi, but
yeah,
it is what it is. This sucker sold for $260.
Oh
260
shit, that's a spicy meatball. That's a good one.
I mean, who the hell still has this in the box?
Right.
I don't know.
Is it sealed though, or is it just they put him back in the box?
They might have just put it back in the box. It didn't say
Yeah.
sealed, like in the listing. It didn't say sealed, and when you look at it, I don't know. If
It doesn't look like he's in the box. It looks like it doesn't look like he's.
Well, I don't know. The waist. It looks like he's tied in with the
Strapped
waist.
in.
Yeah, he could be strapped. Yeah, you're right.
He might be.
Yeah,
in
it could be old new socks somebody found in the basement.
Yeah.
But if you want a sense of what he looks like outside of the box, these are the Hulks that I remember. And yes, this fucker, those pants at the joints would just sneak into the
Rip the shit out
It would
of
just
it.
ride up and just jam in there. Oh, so frustrating.
Somebody clip that.
You can clip it with the frayed strings. Oh, so frustrating. And then we got the back of the box here in case you wanted to see what they collect all the Marvel superheroes. It was oddly, these boxes were weird. Like they had like the card was on the front, not the back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
it would fold backwards and it was weird.
Yeah, it just
to get the most shelf space.
70s, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, to take over as much shelf space as you could.
All right, so those are the only carded examples I have. Mostly what you guys might find if you go out there digging, you're looking for toys or whatever, you're going to find loose shit. So here's some loose shit that might entertain you. And I'm going to stick with the Hulk theme.
I love loose shit.
This goddamn thing. What? Good luck finding all the pieces if you can find them. But this sucker, the Raging Cage Hulk, he's like empty because you pump him up with air to get him to kind of blow up.
Oh, okay.
It was a weird ass toy, but a loose one sold for only $40.
Huh.
I had one of these. What you did was you put him inside like the cage, and there was an air pump that you could pump him up. And you would get bigger, and he would bust out.
Good luck finding that shirt.
And the shirt, like that was the idea of behind it. But good luck finding the pump.
Good luck finding the
pump or the cage.
Wow.
And the pump not being broken, like rotted out.
Right.
And good luck finding the
pump
shirt.
not being in the shirt. Like you can find the shirt for this one.
Yeah.
Good luck. And here's an example of what it looked like when it was in the box.
Holy shit, dude.
Wow.
But I did have one of these. I do remember that. I was like, what the hell, man? What is this? And I think my pump was long broken at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You can also find yourself a nice loose Secret Wars Falcon. You got Red Wing. You get attached right there on his wrist. It looks like a statue, but no, that's Red Wing. Secret Wars, $80 loose.
How much was the last thing? How much was the Pump Up Hulk?
Oh, it was only $40.
Oh, that's cheap.
But it didn't have any. It was just the Hulk without the other bits. Yeah. But this is $80 with the wings and with the red wing. So you don't have the shield, which I'll show you in the pictures here. So you got the red wing, but you don't have the shield that's back there with the Pogs, as Marco. So
Pogs.
Eloquently renamed, but yeah, that kind of were like early Pogs. I mean,
yeah,
they were lenticular, and I just wanted to show you what the wings look like because you would just pop them into his back,
snap off, yeah.
And yeah, he just kind of held on to the little post of Red Wing, and hey, I got a Red Wing. And if he was in the box, he would look like this. This is what you would get if you got him in the box
Very great design.
or the card.
Upside down Red Wing.
Yeah, upside down.
Yellowing.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Look how yellow that fucking plastic is.
Yep.
A lot of them are like that. It was hard to find a nice clear plastic. This one shocked me. I thought it was what I have here next to me, but Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
This is Amazing Spider-Man. This is an 18-inch. So I thought it was this guy that I have next to me here, but this is not the movie Spider-Man. Mine is OG Spider-Man, but the movie Amazing Spider-Man 2 18-inch figure loose.
Oh.
It's $100.
Holy shit.
I thought this was $100 for a second. I was like, oh shit, this thing's $100. I took this out of my son's room because he wasn't playing with it. And I'm like, well, you're not going to play with it. I'm going to put it on my shelf.
Is this from Andrew Garfield?
Yes, this is an Andrew Garfield figure.
I think I have the Toby one.
This is the Andrew Garfield figure, and it shows you there's 67 points of. Again, it's 18 inches, so it's as big as the one I have next to me.
67 points of articulation.
No, this is Toby. This is not. I don't think this is it.
Yeah, 2003 is Toby. It's not.
This is Toby because it's not Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's Spider-Man 2.
Oh, is it? You're right.
Yeah,
You're right. I'm
Toby.
sorry.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. It is Spider-Man 2. I was thinking it was Garfield, but no.
Garfield,
Yeah.
I'll say later than that.
And then here's the front of the box, and you get a sense of what it looked like in the package. But
Holy
loose.
shit.
This is $100.
Holy shit balls. That's a lot. That's a lot of articulation, though.
Yeah, like you can see, you can make a fist. Every finger, like the joints
Yeah.
and all the fingers are all there.
Amazing.
It is amazing.
Thanks, Sticks.
Speaking of Spider-Man,
Yes. Speaking
found
of
this
Spider-Man.
guy too. Also, oh, hey, look at that.
Yeah, that's him right there. Like literally, like this was. It's huge. It's like I had it.
Yeah,
it's loose.
you got the right one. Mine
Yeah,
is
the joints.
amazing.
The joint popped in the middle. I had to put it back together. But like this, I bought this off the shelf. Like when it came out, that's why I was like, when you said 67 points, I knew this was the same one. So yeah, it's super tall. It's like, and it's super posable.
Oh, it just broke it.
Yeah, those are like-
That's $2.99 now.
It's
yeah,
$100.
it was broken already. So
It's still $100 now. If you want to,
Still $100.
I saw somebody sold again. That $100 was like it was a couple days ago. It's not like an aged like month.
That's
ago.
even with it falling apart like that?
Yeah,
Somebody
that
sold
middle
two.
joint.
Somebody
middle
sold
joint.
two together, like a lot of two for 175.
Wow.
That's not much of a discount.
Nope.
But
That's
here we go.
$5.
This is, if you can recognize this, this is also Mego. This is die cast metal Spider-Man.
Wow.
Holy shit.
$150 somebody accepted on a $200 ask from 1979. This is the die cast. It's
Well, yeah, because it's
metal,
nice rare, buddy.
part metal, part plastic. I had one of these. I remember these.
Wow.
I'm surprised there's not
Mold.
fire emojis by this. Because
Well,
it's
they put the nice rare in capital.
Nice, nice rare.
Hard to find.
Hard to find fire.
As you can see,
Dang,
here,
that's
like
awesome.
he got.
Ooh,
Now he's got a big booty Spider-Man.
He got he
That's
bunghole
junk in the
showing.
trunk.
Bunghole
But-
showing right there in the middle. It's a little bit high of a
Where did that
bunghole.
come out?
Yeah.
But you can see like the plastic, like the spider logo was made of plastic and the other bits were metal. It was weird.
Other bits. Stop saying bits, bro.
I can't help it.
My bunghole will ask the questions.
But this is him in the package. If he was in the package, it would be again more even.
I didn't
more
know they
money,
made
150
die cast shit.
loose.
Migo?
Yeah, the
So this
die
is
Yeah,
nice
I
shit.
don't remember this at all. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, sticks is clipping stuff as we do.
He
it.
clipped you. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all right. I
so
don't care. I know what I said.
I
Stand
said
by
what I
it.
said.
I said what I said.
I stand by it. All right, here's a weird ass loose toy I found.
Please show us what you got.
I was a big Hulk kid. I like the Lou Ferrigno Hulk. That said, I don't remember if I had one of these, but I wouldn't be surprised if I found a picture that my parents got me one of these.
Where they get you?
He was a
Hulk's-
little
oh,
battery
yeah.
operated little scooter for the Incredible Hulk.
Yellow
Nice.
pedal scooter.
No, not pedal.
No, there's a pedal on the right side. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Isn't
the
that how
pedal
it
ran
formed?
the battery.
Yeah, it goes forward or not. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Loose. Just again, I think this is probably how it's sold. I don't think this was ever boxed. I couldn't find a box picture to save my life.
Really?
$300.
Oh fuck!
One bid, but it sold for $300. And just to show you some images, you can see underneath. You see some of the wires, how it ran. There was just one motorized wheel. The other 2 wheels in the back were just extra
Dragging.
to keep you balanced.
Wow.
There was a battery pack that ran this thing that was under the seat.
Holy shit!
Yeah, this is what the spoiled kids had back then.
Yeah.
I don't remember having this. I'm just saying. I wouldn't be surprised if I did, because this is the kind of shit.
I wonder which other was, because this is just, they made this for a bunch of different shit. It's just different.
There's probably
the mold was user.
Yeah, whatever. But 1979, I don't know if there's a lot of good properties to slap your logo on.
Oh yeah, but it could have been like Flash Gordon, a little Flash Gordon buggy. It could have been like whatever.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, who made that one, Pete? Do you know?
What's that?
No, it wasn't Power Wheel.
No,
so.
It was a Empire something.
Empire.
That's what it was called. I'll go back to it just to double check. This was the rare 70s Empire Marvel Kids Powermobile ride-on car. But Empire was the company that made it.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
All right, now, just for our last couple, I also like to give you guys just the bits. Sometimes you may not find the whole thing. We talked about silver claws.
Oh yeah.
How much do you think you can get for just the silver claws on Wolverine?
$20, $50, $20.
So if the figure was 129, I'm gonna say $37.50.
$20.
Dub wins.
Oh,
$40,
$40.
$39.99 for both. You can sometimes get $20 will get you one claw, but not both.
Dang.
Give you a sense. Here you go again. Wolverine with both his claws. What he look like in the package. But again, I had the black claw version. The silver claw version is more sought after, but there is a black claw version I think came later. That's the one I had. I had black claws. I did not have silver claws. And the black claws went on my G.I. Joes because I played with those after.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it is what it is. Outside of that, I also found this. Loose. The spider car.
Oh, the spider car.
Not the Spider-Mobile, but the spider car. And it is an incomplete, but with the box.
Yeah. Oh, it has the
Spider
box.
Car. They have the box.
Oh, now you're throwing us off.
I know. So this one has the box, but it does not have all the pieces.
$45. The box throws it off.
Yeah, the box is weird. So $50. Oh, whoa.
No, what the fuck? Oh, I didn't know that's what the box looked like. All right.
The box is awesome. Yeah.
But this is the figure.
This
if you want to see what's missing, these are the pieces that were missing. The
net,
the roof, and the net were missing. But it was in the box, which kind of looks like a shoebox, like this. But still, $175 for this thing.
Spidey's web. The box is it. I'd say the box was $150 worth of that. That's gorgeous.
Even though I just gave you 10 things, and we normally do just 10 things, and this next bit is actually outside the last week. Everything, if you notice, everything I sold was in the last week, last 7 days. This next thing is not, but I wanted to include it because in case you wanted to complete your spider car, somebody did sell just the net and the roof bit that you could complete it. How much for just the net and the roof bit, do you think?
Expensive.
$100.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Any guesses, Marco? No?
I would say about 85. Yeah, somewhere around there.
You guys are too high on the roof bit.
65?
$50.
Oh, wow.
Only 50.
50?
To complete your spider cars.
Wow.
And again, when was it? That was it was January 19th. So that's why I went back a little bit further than normal. So it was outside the last week. But $50. And that is our vintage toy market watch for this week. Again, just kind of stick with the Marvel idea. Thought it was kind of fun.
That was
Marvel stuff that sold
80. A lot of people were saying 80.
Yeah, I was wondering if you're gonna put. There was another Spider-Man. I think it was Remco. Like he had his arm permanently stuck up like this, and then he would
you
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, his
those hard plastic guys.
Yeah, and it would just go like it was permanently stuck, and then he could just go up, like he would climb. He could climb the side. I haven't seen one of those. I can't tell you when. You made me just think of that when you were talking about these vintage toys. I haven't thought about that thing in years.
There's so many good toys from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but that's it. Unless Margaret, you want to do the bullseye? I think we saved them.
No, we're almost like 3 hours in.
Yeah, so we will just for fun do this.
Empire Toy Company.
We'll hit up after hours and go into our Cheers bar and listen.
Oh, we got a bar. That's what the Cheers bar was for.
That's why I put the Cheers bar in here. I figured that made sense for after hours.
Mm-hmm.
I know you guys like to hear about my shoes. So here we go. So I needed, this is actually a good story, I think, maybe not. But I don't know what brand of shoes this is or whatever, but my wife's like, hey, because we buy water shoes all the time and everything else. She's like, do you want like a tennis shoe that's like good for water shoes too, kind of like for fishing and everything? I was like, yeah, because like I take like the water shoes suck. You know, there's no relaxer or whatever. I go, why? What do you got? She goes, there's this company. I think I found the shoe for you. I don't know what it is. It looks like a G. I don't know. Whatever this is.
A G? What the fuck are you talking?
Yeah, like this. It's whatever the logo is. Whatever
like
fucking
Q and
shit
an
is.
N to me.
A Q and an N. Okay, Q, whatever. Well, I was like, yeah, sure. She's like, I get it. Whatever. I'll get the shoes for you. I know that people are wearing them or whatever. She says they say they're like the comparative to the hookahs or whatever, and they're all right. But this one's a waterproof shoe. And I was like, sweet. She's like, great deal on it. Great deal clearance. Because I had to buy some other shoes for the kids and everything else. I was like, yeah, just throw them on there. I'll take them back. So they send it, but it's one of these things. Have you guys ordered this now online? Like, if you order stuff from online that's from a store, and this was from Dick's, they're like, yeah, we don't have it in your store, but we'll send you one. And then they send you your whole other order because that's from a local store. And then they find out whatever fucking store they can find the one that you
might have.
Yeah, wherever it is, they don't tell you where it is, but they send it to you, right? So they did. So they get them, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I take the shoes out. This is what they look like. Take the shoes out. They look like this, come like this. All got the things in there. I'm like, cool. So I go and I put them on, and I put one on, and I put this one on right here, and I'm like, okay, cool. Good, decent looking shoe. It's nice, comfortable inside, whatever. I'm like, this is fucking tight as shit. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe like, I don't know what's going on, but this is on my left foot too, and whatever. I take them off. I'm like, I think I got to send them back. I think they suck, but I didn't have socks on or anything. I was like, well, maybe they'll work on the boat because they're real tight. You know what I mean? Like if you fish on fishing boats, like you're walking on decks and like the top decks, not like these big boats, but on inland lakes, it's, you're ludies
you want a secure shoe. You don't want
you want a secure shoe. I'm like, it's okay. I was like, I don't even understand because look at these fucking laces. I'm like, yeah, it's like, okay, so maybe the shoe's like a slip-on. Maybe it's just supposed to be tight.
Yeah,
like
it looks
that.
like a slip-on. Like,
I'm like, I'll try them later. So later on, the next day, I try on the other one. I'm like, holy shit, man, what the fuck? Did I have, like, am I dying? Because, like, one didn't fit well. The other one fit great. And then I try back on the shoe. Now, you can obviously probably see from this, these are kind of cool bottoms too. But, like, there's a difference here. How can I show this?
Put them together, like bottom to bottom.
I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it.
Yeah.
So, question before you go into further. So, when you first got the shoe, you only tried on the left one.
Yeah, because it's tight.
You didn't try on the right one at the same time.
Fucking try on one shoe and it's tight. Are you trying on the other fucking shoe?
Fair. Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. I get what he did. And he thought about the.
So then, like, it was a day gone by, and by the way, I was doing shit. Like, I got this event. You know about it, Dub. It's a huge event, man. I'm on the phone, fucking putting this thing on together and trying on a fucking shoe. So the shoe don't fit while I'm doing all that shit. Like, not really thinking about what the fuck's going on. So a day or two later, I'm like, all right, cool. I gotta run up, and I just gotta run out real quickly. 15 minutes, no big deal. Not going to jump in any ponds, or I'm going to put both shoes on, see if they're bullshit or not. I put the right shoe on first this time. Fits like a fucking, yeah, that's what I thought. Fits like a fucking glove. Like, it's perfect. I'm like, okay, comfortable, but like tight, like not going to slip. And I have socks on. And I'm like, what the fuck I did? And then I go put the other one on. And I'm like, the fuck? It's like I need a shoehorn to get that bitch on. I'm like, this ain't right. So then I do the one thing and I go, oh, wait a minute. And I look, and this is where the fuck size is this? 10.5. And this is an 11.5. And I'm like, fuck. But as I said, it was a clearance special. But I loved how this shoe fit. But I loved, well, also to mind you, what do these shoes say?
Most people's feet match.
Yeah, these are $170 shoes that I got for like $50. So I'm like, but they're worthless because it's two different sizes. But before I put that shoe on, I put this shoe on and walked. I was like, holy shit, I really love this. Like, I can see myself on the boat with this shit. And like coaching, like a lot of purposes for the shoe.
Now you
really
want
like
that
it.
shoe.
So now I want the shoe, but then the shoe doesn't fit. So I'm like, shit, what are we gonna do? So I call up my local Dick's and I'm like, hey, I know this is gonna be fucking weird, but here we go. I explained what happened. I was like, they gave me two different shoes. They're like, you have to talk to shoe department. So I call up shoe department. He's like, hey, listen, what shoe is it? I go, I already checked. You guys don't have them. He goes, let me check anyway. So I do. He goes, listen, my man. He goes, I think I know who you are. And I'm like, yeah, I'm the dude that comes in and buys Hokas when they go on clearance all the time. He's like, yeah. He's like, listen, call our customer service. Like, they're that good. Just explain it to you. So I call customer service. I say, listen, this is probably one of the weirder calls you're going to take today, but got these two shoes. They're on clearance. So we're probably not going to be able to find another pair. But if we can find out where they came from, is there a way I can get the other shoe? And of course, they want to do like their checklist of customer service stuff. So they go through and they're like, okay, this is what we're going to do. You're going to send me back both shoes. And then you're going to reorder the 11.5s. And I said, but here's the problem with doing that. I send you back both shoes. I have no shoes. If you issue the refund, I'll have the money, but check your system if there's any more 11.5s, because what you could do is just ship the 11.5 to my store and I'll swap them out. And she's like, good point. There are no 11.5s left in our inventory at all. So now I'm going to send you an 11.5 and a 10.5, and I don't have it. She's like, yeah. I was like, here, could you do me a favor? She's like, yeah. I was like, I don't know how good your systems are, but can you see where they are shipped from? She's like, why? And I was like, just could you see where they're shipped from? She's like, yeah, they're shipped from a place called Daly City, California. I was like, I don't, that sounds like a fucking made up town if you've ever heard of one. She starts laughing. I was like, all right. It's like, you got the number for Daly City? She's like, yeah. I was like, how about this? Well, what's your policy say you have to do? She's like, well, at this point, I have to send you a fucking notification. You got to send some pictures back and whatever. I'm like, how about this? Give me a day. Let me see if I can rectify the situation. So you know what I'm doing, right?
Calling Daly City.
Hey, Daly City, what's up? Shoe department. Okay, I've been out with your customer service, and this guy called me boss, which I hate when people call people boss. Like,
what's going on, boss?
California, yeah.
Hey, boss, what's going on, boss? And I was like, okay,
oh, don't
you're
worry
gonna have
it, chief.
Hey, you're about to have a story. So here it goes. You guys, I called your customer service. They told me you guys sent me these two mismatched ass shoes.
Don't worry.
And this guy's
about
like,
it.
wait, what?
Free, champ.
And he's like, he kept saying, boss. He's like, all right, boss. So what do you need me to do, boss? I'm like, I need you to go to your floor right now and find this color in a 10.5. He's like, yeah, but you want 11.5. I go, I understand that, but I'm pretty sure
that the 11.5 is in the
10.5. I go, far shot. He goes, boss, you got it, boss. Be back in a minute. Hold on. And now it keeps putting me on hold. And as he puts me on hold, it recycles back to the front desk. So they're like, hello, Dick's Sporting Goods. And I'm like, yeah, a shoe department. I'm just waiting on hold for a shoe department. Okay.
I'm on the shoe department with the guy who calls everybody boss.
Yeah, somebody then picks up the phone and goes, hey, is this about like the Titanas? And I'm like, the fuck is a Titana? I don't know. They're like, yeah, you're not here for the Titanas. I'm like, a shoe department. They're like, oh, okay, wrong department. Send me to the shoe department. Yeah, so then the guy gets back and he's like, hey, boss. I'm like, yeah, what's up? He's like, found the shoes. You're right. There's a 10.5 and 11.5. I was like, cool.
Wow.
I'm like, cool. Yeah, like shocular. Here's the problem. I got a 10.5, 11.5. What the fuck am I going to do? So he's like, so what are you going to do? And I go, well, here, I could order the 10.5s and you could ship them, but how am I guaranteed you're going to ship it? He's like, boss, good point, boss. He's like, let me get the manager involved. Puts me back on hold. I go back through the whole cycle, then get pushed to the front again. I think the manager answered the phone in the front, but they get
What?
So he's like, boss, here's what's going to happen. I'm like, yeah. He's like, give me your address. I'm like, cool. Give him the address. It's hard for him to take down the address for some reason, and I have to explain certain like.
Dude, there's too many numbers. What was that? There's like 4 or 5. I can't tell them.
And he's like, wait, you live in
Slow
Michigan?
down.
I was like, yeah, that's what I told you in the first time. Like, there's no way I'm driving to your fucking store to exchange shit. I live in Michigan. You're far way away. He goes, yeah, boss. Hold on. Okay, cool.
Where's Michigan?
This is what we're gonna do.
Is that
We're gonna send you these shoes. I said, cool. And I'm waiting for it, but we're gonna some other.
But
I was like, wait, so you're just gonna send me? He's like, yeah, man, we messed up. We're gonna send it. I was like, well, that's a good because at one point I did say like it's not like you can sell the other shoes. He's like, yeah. And I was like, cool.
Unless you find somebody with mismatched feet. Like,
but then I was taken
I
back.
can't believe they had a right 10.5 and a left 11.5, which is exactly what I need for my mismatched feet.
So here's where I made the mistake, but I don't think I did because I probably would do it anyways. And I go, hey, one problem, bud. He goes, there's no problem. We take care of you. I
No
said,
problem, boss. We got a
here's the deal. I go, but here's the deal. When you send those to me, he's like, but we're not going to charge you. I go, nope, not the problem. Not the problem. I'm going to then have 2 pairs of shoes. I'm going to have an 11.5 and a 10.5. And he goes, you're right, boss. And he goes, return them. I go, yeah, but if I return them, they're not going to be in the system. So I can't return the 11.5s and buy them back from the local store. Yeah, boss, that's a problem.
No, you returned the 10.5s.
Right. So he goes to the manager and he goes, so I'm just kind of asking, like, are they giving me the 10.5s too? And he goes, all right, boss, can you do me a favor? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, is there any Dick's close to you? And I'm like, yeah, there's one like right by across from where we have one of the cons that's real close. And he's like, all right. So we're going to send you both these. And then you're going to put the 10.5 with the 10.5. And then you're going to take it in there and just hand it to them. And I'm thinking like good solution. That's probably what I do anyways. I don't care. At least being honest about it. But here's the problem. How am I going to, I was like, cool, hung up with them. Problem. I'm just going to walk into Dick's and go, hey, here's a pair of 10.5 shoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're gonna think maybe
I don't have a receipt for them.
People,
I don't.
Dude, you've never. People do that all the time.
Just go like, hey, I got some shoes in here.
Yeah.
Here's
like,
3 shoes for you.
I got these shoes. I want to return them. Did you get them here? I don't know. I'm returning them here anyway.
Yeah, but I don't
want the money back. He
don't want the money back. I didn't pay for them.
I know.
I didn't pay. I know, but
I get store credit then.
I don't want store. No,
I know, but I want to say what they probably would give you is store credit.
Right, but what he wants to do is
it's not what I want to do. Like now I feel bad because I'm like,
just leave him on the front step like it's a fucking baby.
No, but Pete, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying because boss didn't know what to do with him either. Boss had to ask his boss, the manager, and the manager said take him back in. Cool, I get that, but like I don't. What's the chat doing at this point? But like, what do you do? Because like, you're saying you would take the money in the store credit. Right. I get it. What, my shelter address?
Yeah.
No, why would I do that though? I didn't pay for it, dude. I only paid for these and I got them really cheap.
I'm not saying
our trial said you tell them the story when you go back.
I'm just too fucking I don't want to
for the inconvenience of you had to call 3 times like to get this shit done. This is not your job. Yes,
I said just ask for
they can afford to give you credit for the work you're putting in to fix a mistake. Okay,
now here's number 2. Does anybody have this type of shoe? Because is this technically not the shoelace? Because then in one of them I found this, but it's only one, and this sure as shit looks like shoelaces.
Yeah.
So now I might have what? Like, why isn't there 2 of these motherfuckers?
Because they're in the shoes.
Right. I have 2 shoes, though. I only have one of these. So then what happens now if I get the other shoe box and none of these?
So
you only got one spare pair of laces.
I don't think. No, look, I don't think these are laces. I don't think these are laces. I think these are laces. These are one pair of laces in here, I think. I'm pretty sure. Here, let me
Oh,
open it.
perfect. All right. Hi, Nathan has a solution for you. All you have to do is clip this video and show it to him.
Yeah, for sure,
Like,
for sure, for
playing
sure.
the whole story here on my YouTube.
And they'll be like, "Oh, you mean Boss out in Daily? Yeah, I know him. No problem."
This
We'll
guy
take care
says
of it."
boss all the time. Yeah, this appears to be one shoelace, not shoelaces. So they sent me 2 wrong shoes and 1 fucking shoelace.
Mhm.
I overthink everything. I really do.
You just take what you need, return the rest. Whether they give you credit or not, it doesn't matter.
What happens? No, but what happens if they don't give me another shoelace? So then, I know. Hold on. But what happens if they don't give me another shoelace? Because now I'm going to have to try to figure out where the fuck the shoelace is.
Then
You're going to have 4 actual shoes, 2 pairs.
Yeah, 2 pairs.
Between those 2 pairs, you should be able to get 1 pair of laces.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. This is how they send you the shoes. They send you with this thing in it. This is not it looks like a shoelace, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get
look,
it.
Here's the bottom. Here's the top. Here's actually where it's supposed to go through. All these, it's not. It's a rubber band. It's just a rubber band on the shoes.
On both.
No. Yes, on both shoes.
Now. Yeah.
Yes, right now. Concurrently. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Now here's the problem. They only sent me one of these. I'm double checking the box. Yes. They only sent me one of these, which contains 1 shoelace.
Are you sure it's?
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I see 2 ends. Hold on.
You can look inside, and maybe there's 2 ends that you don't see. They're hidden.
Right.
No, it looks like 2. How the fuck do you open this shit?
Don't open it in case you need to return it.
You don't need to return. It doesn't matter.
No, I'm just gonna say it wasn't in there.
Just rip it open.
Okay, hold on. Oh. That's a lot of. No wonder the shoes are so damn expensive.
I'll trade you these 10.5s for 1 set. Not even a set, just 1 thing of laces.
Exactly.
That will fit in 11.5.
What the fuck is this? Oh no, maybe there's 2 shoelaces in here.
Yeah,
All right.
There's 1 problem already solved. Done.
Look at how this looks, right? So you open it up, it's like,
I know, yeah.
But then if you go around and around, and then
we can't see it.
We can't see it.
Okay, so it goes like this. So you're like, okay, cool. You gave me 1 shoelace, but then there's like a shoe. This does not look like it's long enough.
Fancy packaging, like it's not.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
hugely
all
fancy
crazy.
packaging.
Yeah,
that's why these bitches are so damn expensive. I don't know, but these QC shoes, man, they seem legit. I don't know if anybody has these.
I don't know what they are. Get them graded, like Zaggy said.
They're apparently Swiss engineered. I don't know why you need your shoes engineered by Swiss people.
Well, I mean, Swiss people also are using those toothbrushes, so
yeah, right. Killing people. But isn't it the wildest shit? What would you guys have done, right? Like, what would you do?
I wouldn't have gone through all of that.
What would you do? Yeah, but then you don't get the shoe.
Yeah, no, I know.
I was on the road anyways, being on the phone. I'm on the phone.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have thought of find me the store these came from. I mean, in my head I would have thought it, but I wouldn't.
I thought she was gonna say no. She was like, but I think I got her when I was like, "What the fuck kind of town is Daily?"
Yeah, but once you got bro, I'm all in. Yeah, I'm with you. You're fine,
yeah,
like, bro.
Boss.
Dude was there to help.
Boss.
He was there to help you out.
Boss locked it in. Boss is like, bitch, I'm going on lunch after this, and I am not help. Like I picture Boss as like the Dick's version of Al Bundy, where he's like there,
he's like,
and the big
you're right. In the 10.5 box, there was an 11.5 left.
Yeah. It's
mystery.
It took a little bit. It took a little.
Like movie gang, me and you, boss.
Let's. It took a little bit to get there. They come with an additional. Oh, so wait, hold on. They come with an additional pair, so I am missing out on it.
That is the additional pair.
Oh, you got it.
No. I think you guys are missing the point. There's no way this can fit to the hole of the shoe.
No,
you can't tie this up.
Right.
It's supposed to go through these holes. These holes down here are shoe lace holes.
Well, in theory, it could, but it's going to be tighter because it's elastic. But you could do it. The point is that the shoelaces you got, that's the additional pair because both laces are there. So you got 2 elastics and you got 2 regular.
Those elastics don't look like
that's
shoelaces.
normally what you're going to get.
So your shoes are called On Cloud.
On Cloud.
Yeah.
Well, they call Cloud 5s.
Yeah, Cloud 5s.
Yeah.
Oh, so, well, let's see. Yeah, that color is a women's shoe.
That is not a woman's shoe.
I'm pretty sure it's a woman's shoe.
It literally says M on it for male here, buddy.
No, it's for mom.
It says M11 and a half. M11.
Yeah, but it also probably says women's. Women's 9.5.
Get out of here. You're out of your.
It's
No,
it's a blueberry feather. That's what you're showing us.
No, it's not blueberry. It's cobalt glacier.
Okay, let's see.
Jackass.
That's what it looked like. I'm just telling you what I see.
Like I found blueberry mist.
Yeah.
Butterfly
Cobalt.
kisses.
Cobalt glacier, asshole.
Martyr Cobalt Glacier, not butterfly.
Not blueberry.
It does not stand for medium
Manly shoes.
either. I don't know. My wife ordered. I didn't even order.
Waterproof. Yes, here we go.
Ooh,
Yeah, waterproof shoes, huh? Like nice.
I'm kind of in the waterproof ideas.
They got small size kid sizes. It's probably $50.
All the pictures they're showing
Yeah.
on their website are all. They don't have your probably because it was on clear. That's why it's on clearance, old stock or last year's model or something.
Yeah, for sure.
But none of them have it laced on the bottom part. Like the way they sell it is only laced how you have the shoe.
Yeah,
Wait, just flip on. You're in. You're out. Go.
You think because like it is a little off because then I can see how if you don't go well, it's not all the way to the top either because there's still 2 more holes up and there's 2 down.
Right.
So I don't know. But maybe it's a slip-on way or something. I don't know.
That's how you would do the slip because it's elastic. That's what's
it's elastic, so you're gonna hold. Yeah, exactly.
But if you went with a regular lace that wasn't elastic, you would need
Yellow
to do
Crocs.
the whole process.
Yeah, I don't know, but like, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, hopefully tomorrow. That was the other thing. The guy's like, I was like, here, boss, this is a story, boss. I just feel real bad. I was like, feel real bad for what? Like mixing up the shoes, like no big deal. Like maybe he was the guy that
he's
did
the
it.
one that sent. Yeah.
No, he goes, boss, I feel real bad because it's good. Yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna take to ship you these. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, you're shipping me a free pair of shoes. Oh, this is the other thing. The lady in customer service said I only had 15 days to handle this. So, like, to be honest, I mean, it's been since order. So it's been 5 days since order for it's been 6 now. So I don't know. I just thought whatever. But yeah, he was like confused about a bunch of stuff. He's like, I'm gonna go out there and see. And I'm like, I don't think
bro.
No, it isn't bro, it's boss.
No, boss. I keep saying bro.
Like, hey, boss.
California. I keep thinking bro. California is more bro than boss.
I was like, all right. Like,
boss.
I mean, yeah, I was like, oh, that's your boss.
Sure,
But thank you. Yeah, it was like one of those like chiefs and bosses. And I'm like, oh, that's your boss.
What can I do for you, sports fan?
He's like writing it down. I bet you I'll be surprised. The shoe should come tomorrow, but I'll be surprised if it does come because like just even trying to
don't worry about it, champ. We'll get it to you.
Even trying to explain the city, and then I had to give him like the whole reason. He's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, the people because of
no explanations needed.
Yeah.
I got you.
No, boss." And I was like, "He's like, really?" He's like, "That happened?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's how they name cities sometimes. Unlike Daly City, which is the name of your city. What the fuck? It was the daytime. Like, no, yeah, they name it after like historical things that happened.
Named
in the
after
city.
Chuck Daly.
Yeah, they named it after Chuck Daly, right? Yeah, Daly City, California. But then I was thinking, my mind was going crazy through the whole thing because at first she's like, "It's Daly City." I was like, "These fuckers don't send me it. Can I send the one single shoe to somebody and have them go in the store and be like, yo, I got
the one shoe?
Yeah,
you're not getting the one that fits me. I'm going to send you the one that don't.
That don't fit me, right? Send the one that don't fit me. And that way, I mean, I'll eat the $51 if it doesn't work out.
I'll send you the other one that don't fit me.
But best case scenario, and I did preface both to customer service. And then that's when she was like, all right, fuck this. You're right. This is more effort than I'm willing to put in. Because I was like, it's not like you could sell either pair of the shoes.
Listen here,
she's like, you're right. Like if you send them in,
just to get 2 shoes that fit me, and I'll give you the ones that don't.
Yeah. And she was like, you're right. Well, we get because it's not like if I send it back in, it's going to the lady I'm talking to. She's like, oh, you're right. You send us 2 mismatching shoes, they're throwing that shit out. You're never getting those shoes back. So if we get one in from here, one in from there, no fucking shot. And I was like, can you just send the ones from that store to? And she's like, no, they're not. We can't request them. Request them to. I go, don't worry. It's Daly City. In a city like that, they can't be too bright. I'll be able to get that shit through there.
Boss.
And then I ran to Boss.
Then
Then I ran to Boss. And Boss is like, so look at. So wait.
Surf Boss?
He's like, this says that they're not. This says we don't have them. And I'm like, no. Because he was like, yeah, it says we don't have A11.5. I said, no, it should say you don't have. I've already clarified that you in your system.
We know you don't.
You don't have them, but you have a 10.5, dude. You would have thought I was Miss Cleo. You would have thought I was Miss Cleo because when that fucker found out that he had a 10.5, mind fucking blown. Then when that motherfucker and I had said I talked to customer service.
You will never believe. I looked at the 10.5.
Boss, you're right. I got a
10.5 shoe with the 10.5.
In the blue, he goes, I got the Cloud 5s. They're blue. He goes, what's the rest of the colors? And this is the thing. I'm on the road. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? He's like, what color are they? I go, they're fucking okay. If I were to tell you, if I was to ask you,
they're butterfly kisses.
No, if I was to go, hey, what color shoe is this? What color shoe is this? Tell me what color shoe this is.
I would say blue.
Thank you.
Blue.
I don't know, just blue, yeah.
I was like, I don't know. The motherfuckers are like mainly blue. I don't have it in front of me. I think they're mainly blue. He's like, what's the other color? Like, what's the color though? And I'm like, blue. He's like, yeah, but what color? Like, I didn't know they're cold. Yeah, blue motherfucker. I think the bottoms are white.
Again. See?
I go. I think the bottoms are white. He goes, is there a third color? I go, I don't fucking know. He goes, could it be cobalt, mist, and gray? I go, sounds about right, bro. They could be blue, white, and fucking gray on the bottom. I don't fucking know. Yeah.
So perfect for island fun. On men's Cloud 5 waterproof shoes in Cobalt and Glacier are versatile and fun. The breathable waterproof membrane locks liquid out with the speed lacing system. You can forget about tying knots. Want classic laces? There's a pair of those in the box too.
I should have read the fucking. Thank you. All right, perfect. Yeah. So then he's like, so his fucking mind. He's like, boss, you're right. We have a 10.5. I go, cool. Do me a favor. Open those bad boys up and then look at the tongue and see if the left shoe, the left one, is an 11.5.
He thinks he's being pranked when you're doing this.
Motherfucker, you are a goddamn genius.
How did you know?
This is like a magic trick.
He's like, boss. I was like, yeah. You got good news for you. He said, did you say the left shoe is 11.5? I said, yes, I did. He goes, it is. I was like, thanks. He's like, all right, boss. So
what do we do?
Yeah, and I was like,
now what?
And I was like, can you just? I was like, I don't. He goes, boss, don't. I didn't actually know what to. So I got to that point. Like I'm genius Sherlock Holmes at this point, but I didn't play it all the way through because when we got to that point, then I was like, fuck. He does have the shoe. I found the shoe. I got the guy holding the shoe. I was like, there's no way you're just gonna ship me one shoe, is there, bud? And he's like, hold on.
But in
I
my
got
head,
an idea.
I'm saying,
I got to talk to the manager.
Buy that pair, and then once I get them, I'll return the ones
which is what
that
I was
don't
gonna
fit me.
But here's the thing: what you don't do, you don't ever offer to buy something.
I know. I'm just saying, but in my head, that's what
they already fucked it. They already fucked this up once. I ain't trying to get it fucked up again. So I'm like, all right. Can you? So I go, can you transfer those to a store closer to me? This is my solution. Could you transfer them to a store closer to me? And then what I'll do is go in and I will swap the shoe out. Just leave a note or some shit to them so they know, like, yo, this cat's going to be coming in. Yeah,
boss is coming in to swap the shoe.
Believe me, you put my name down on there, they're going to know who I am. I'll be there. No problem. And he's like, hold on, boss. I got something for you. And that's when he went to go get the manager. And then, like, yeah, Blue, you're my boy. Like, he definitely wasn't. No,
no dice.
No, he wasn't like it wasn't like that. I don't know how. I don't want to do the accent because it will come off racist as fuck if I do it. Let's be honest.
Live it.
Yeah.
Learn it.
Yeah.
Love it.
No, so he wasn't like some like blonde haired like hippie dude saying shit, but he did say boss a lot, and I was like, okay, could you? So he's like, oh, I got it, boss. So he comes back, and I figure he's like the manager. The fucking phone thing goes through, and then it was like this is like the biggest rinky dink shit ever. He's like talking to the manager, but putting the phone down, and you can't hear him. But he like instead of just putting the manager on the fucking phone, he's like, he's like, oh yeah, we'll ship this directly to you. Give me your address. And I give him the address. And he wasn't ready. And he's like, oh, I have to write down the address, boss. And I was like, that's a good
Let me
idea.
get a pencil.
Hold on.
Good idea. That's a good idea.
My brain is working faster than my body.
That's a good fucking idea, bro. And he's like, I was like, man, really dope, really dope. Really appreciate this. You guys are going above and beyond. No problem. Walking him through it, walking through how an address works. You know what I mean? There's numbers.
Explaining how it works. Yeah.
Fucking letters.
What's that number for?
The name of my street one more fucking time. I live off the street, only got 4 fucking letters on it. And they're not, it's like awkward like letters. It's not letters you hear every day. So you can't get them fucking wrong. It's not like dog and bat, or, you know, like, I don't know.
One Happy Street.
You know, it's not even like that. It's like street X, Z, W, not W because that's too close to something else.
Did I catch a niner in there?
Yeah, a niner in there. Like, it's very, like, you can't get it wrong. So he does go back and forth 5 or 6 times repeating because he does the numbers, then he does the street, then he goes back to the numbers, then he does the street and the numbers, and then he does the area code, which he fucked up twice, but then we got him back up. One time for the zip code, he didn't give me enough numbers. And then he gave me enough numbers that they were wrong.
It's not that bright.
And then he came back and didn't give me enough numbers again. But then we kind of got straightened out because then he's like, I don't think you're saying the name of your city right. And I'm like, I am.
Are you sure you know where you live?
He's like,
you're not saying the name of where you live correctly.
He thought I was making it sounded like he thought he was making it up. Mind you, like, the name of the city you're fucking working in is Daily City. Is this in a fucking comic book or did y'all make that shit up? So I had to then explain to him the history of our city and that we had a lot of Native Americans out here and it's named after something like that. And that's why. And he's like, oh, all right, boss. Yeah, all right, boss. And I'm like, you are the fucking would you like me to send you to the Wikipedia page or like what the fuck? Like,
are you sure, boss? That's where you live?
Yeah. He's like, wait, what? He's like, wait, are you saying the name of your city? Like, let's say the name of my city is
Taco
Street.
Town?
Is Street City, right? He's like, are you saying street? They're like, yes, street, as in a road. Street. Yes. He's like a street? And I'm like, yes, like a road, a street. He goes, you sure you're saying street? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I am. This is why there was only one street when they first built this town. And that's what they called it, was street. Like, not rocket science. And he's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, boss.
Thank you for your approval of
boss.
Of the name of my
this motherfucker. Didn't name here. Wasn't even grown up here. Just moved here. Bought a house like 15, 20 years ago and lived off of. Yeah.
How long of a drive was it?
That's a perfect what?
Was this like, how long of a drive did you have to be able to make a call of this length? To like, were you on the road for like an hour?
Yeah,
we're not in the parking lot where you're supposed to be.
This is actually how I ended up off of fucking State Park in fucking John R. So then I like jumped off into yeah. For those people that don't know, like what 7 Mile was supposed. So like everybody says 8 miles tough. Nah, 8 Mile ain't tough.
Wait till you get to 7 Mile.
Yes, State Park. State is like 7.5 mile. It's pretty much. But so I was going to a comic book store out that way, and it was on the east side off of John R. And then so I got there, and I found like 2 minutes before I got there, I got off the phone with him. Then I went inside to talk to our boy Chris, my boy Chris. chopped it up, and then got outside. And I get outside, there's this car coming in, and you see like a dude's pushing it, and I'm like, oh fuck. I was like, do you need help? Because he's coming right at my. Well, no, I would have helped him either way, but he's coming at my vehicle. He's like, yeah, there's something wrong. And I meant like, do you need help pushing your car? And I think he thought for some reason like I knew shit about cars, which I don't know that much about cars. And he's like, yeah, dude, I just got this off. And it turned out the guy had gotten the vehicle off a tow thing. He went to pick up this female. And I look, and I'm like, and he's like, I got to get it down. I just got to get down a couple miles to make a mechanic. I'm like, oh, cool, man. And he's like, I was like, it smells like gas, dude. Like, are you leaking gas or some shit? And he's like, da 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 da.
Maybe.
I was like, okay. So I open it up, and I see the thing, and he hits the gas release, and it shoots out. I was like, oh, you're flooding your fucking engine. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, for some reason, like, I don't know what's going on. I'm not because he's pointing to like fucking spark plugs and shit. I'm like, no, that's fine. You wouldn't get the noise and the fire up, and it looks like your battery's fine. But like, that doesn't smell like gas. Like,
over there.
like you get your engine smells like you like I'm
all right,
bro. Dub. I mean, I used to be broke as fuck. I drove beaters. Like I know what shit. Fuck. I don't know how to fix them, but I know what shit smells like, and I know what it is. I was like, you're flooding your fucking engine. So they have this release valve.
Main Street.
Yeah, no, you shoot them off Main Street. Yeah. That's right. So I fucking do it. So and now I was just asking him if he needed help pushing the car into a spot. I'm not trying to get all involved with this shit. But then I get in the vehicle.
Wrench boss.
I hop into. I did, but it doesn't matter. I hop into the Platinum. I'm rolling out, and I see a kid's fucking. I see like a baby seat in the back. I'm like, God damn it. So I'm like, how far are you going? And he's
so you
like,
got to help the boss, baby.
Yeah. So he's like 8 Mile, and I'm like, okay. Nobody says they're going to fucking 8 Mile. So either he's going before 8 Mile, which isn't bad, or he's going after 8 Mile. And if he's going after 8 Mile with a baby seat in the back and some lady,
he's looking for B Rabbit.
That ain't a good fucking
or Cheddar Bob.
That's not a good drive, right? Dub knows what I'm saying. It's just not a good drive. So I'm like, all right, dude. I was like, how far did you make it? He's like, well, she was up on Schaefer. I picked her up and it died. And I'm doing the math and I'm going, I'm at fucking 12 Mile. He's got to get down to 8. Like, we're close. Like, that's about the same distance of which he came. We're close. So I'm like, all right, bud. I was like, I'll follow you. If we get problems, don't worry about it. I'll hop out. We'll get you. We get to that. There's that marathon off of 8 Mile and John R. Where that bus stop. A fucking bus stop, too, dude. Motherfucker dies in the fucking lane in front of that shit. So I'm like, oh, shit. And I'm behind him. And when he died, he like, like if you flood, so he started to go forward and then the car flooded and died out. I was like, fuck. So I have to skirt right into the fucking bus stop. So I'm like, put in there, park it, lock it up. And then I'm running in the middle of John R at 8 Mile. And I'm like, okay. He's like trying to get out. I was like, don't get out of your car. Pop it. So he pops it. I hit it. And I was like, start your engine. And he did, but he slammed. You could tell he slammed down on the gas. So when he did that, it flooded the fucking engine. I was like, hey, dude, don't. Just start the engine. So I popped it up. And this time, like as I did it, he hit the thing. So gas is like shooting the fuck out of this car too. So I'm soaked in gas. Yeah.
So it's like you got squirted.
Yeah. It's like I squirted. I'm soaked in fucking gas. He's like, hey, my man, I just don't think. I was like, dude. And the bus stop's there. Like we're in front of the bus stop. And I'm
Spit
like,
on it.
Fuck.
He's just spitting on it.
So I'm like, yo, dude, like, don't worry about it. Just don't pump the gas again and hit it. So he does. He hits it. And now it's green light. And you know how this is going. So now I got gas all over myself. And I'm like fucking John R. and 8 Mile. So I'm getting all the good looks. I jump in the car, pull off. And then he's like, okay, cool. I was like, how far are you? And he's like, oh, it's a half mile. He's like 8 Mile. I go, I got a half a mile more. And I'm like, you're off State Fair? He's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I jump in, catch up behind him, go. He takes off a little bit, so I get caught at the light. I don't see which way he fucking turns on State Fair. I turn on State Fair, and I go, yo, I'm not turning down any of the, like, that's not the places where I'm starting to turn down. So I just finished off, and hopefully the guy got that. whatever. But yeah, so I had that long of a car ride.
I could go.
Yeah, no, it is.
On the rest of
it is. It's no. There's no. I mean, I'm good everywhere, but there just sometimes isn't no point in testing that. Yeah, there's no point in testing.
Right.
Yeah, there's no point in testing that. Yeah, he used to work down the street. Yeah, and I could have got set on fire. I stunk like all shit. It was bad, but I hope the guy got. Hopefully, I mean, it all worked out for him. You know, I mean, that's a tough situation. You try to pick up. Then I was just thinking, like, are we trying to impress it? Why are you picking this chick up, bro? If I know I got a car that's got problems and I got to go to the mechanic,
what's he gonna do once he picks her up?
But then I wonder.
I got my man following us the whole way.
Yeah, right.
But then so this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking my man was probably just doing himself a good deed, right? This young lady, it was probably they're both younger people.
To be like, looks like we gotta stay in.
Yeah,
no,
we ain't going out.
No, I'm thinking. Now this is just me thinking how the situation was playing out. Is that this was this young lady's car with the child seat in the back, and he was just trying to help her because he said I picked her up in the car at shape. So I don't think he drove, because if he did, that car would have stalled out. If he drove down to pick her up, the car would have been stalled. He would never come into the parking lot. I was it, because he's not going all the way down from there to Schaefer and coming back. It's just too far of a drive. You don't know where it is, but it's more than 6 miles. It's more than the 5 miles. That car only lasts 4.5 miles. Wait, yeah, 4.5 miles, 12, 8. Yeah, 4.
You tried. You
no, I did. I gave it a fair effort. Well, so this is when I really decided to not to do. So like, we're going down, and I hadn't been on State Fair in a couple of years there, Ryan. But I knew they built that new Amazon thing out there, so I said it can't be that bad anymore. I was incorrect in that statement. Not only that, but it has gotten worse. And as soon as I'm driving down at one point and I'm starting to look around, there's a party store. This is 11 o'clock in the afternoon, mind you, or 10:30. Well, I was at the comic shop 10:30. Yeah, so 10:45.
Well, it's not afternoon, but
in the morning
to noon.
And I'm driving down there looking.
Afternoon would have to be after 12.
Yeah, I'm down there looking around, and all of a sudden, I look, nothing's going on really. You get to see whatever you get to see. Grass is not cut, whatever. A car stops in the middle of the road in front of a party store, and then you see a bunch of people coming running out of the party store. And then I'm like, I'm probably good. I think as Artrell said, I helped the gentleman enough. I think we'll go on with life after that. So decided to take off. No, it's in the afternoon. No, this is like daytime.
No, he's saying 11 o'clock in the afternoon at night.
No, I ain't going.
Because 11 a.m. ain't afternoon. Is his point?
Oh,
because it's not after 12.
Yeah, I guess whatever.
It's close to 12, but you can't go afternoon because it's not after 12.
Well, I mean, it was what it was. There's all that's left up on that street. So I went the way where there's that one fucking shady ass part, like liquor store, and the liquor store pulled out as I was looking for the car to see if he stalled or nothing. And that's when I decided, like, I'm done. I'm too old.
I drink and I know things.
But I don't know. I still just can't. I don't know why. Like, that's the shit where I'm like, this is the smartest move. Like, afterwards, you're like, this ain't the smartest thing I've done in my life. But
like our Charles said, you did your part. You did the best you could.
I did the best I could. Yeah,
that's all you can do.
That's all I could do. I got to see the new Amazon warehouse that's out there, I guess.
Yeah, you could have. The guy could have asked for help, and you could have just told him.
I haven't got time for this Mickey Mouse bullshit.
Oh, so here's the thing, too. Like, I wasn't offering to help fix his fucking car. I was offering to help push the car into a parking spot.
Off of a road, so he wouldn't get hit. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I was offering to do. It then became like, I don't know, but like, okay, look.
It all you became his pit crew on the ride home.
So I guess this is the question then. Like, at what point do you stop? Right?
No.
Like I get it there, and then I was gonna go. So I'm on the right side helping get the car into the spot, and as he because I mean, I was gonna say his old lady, but they were both way younger than me. They were probably 20 years younger than I was. She was like using her foot to kind of get in too, so they got into the spot pretty easily. So I was gonna be like, all right, cool, man. So I'm going. He's like, yeah, man, I don't know what it is. And then I smelled the gas, and I'm like, bro, do you have gas leaking? Because you can't just like on the east side, people, there's gas, man. Like, bro, somebody's gonna walk by with a cigarette, flick that thing, and set all y'all motherfuckers on fire.
Engine with a lot of moving parts. That shit can set itself on fire.
Yeah. So that I was like, dude, that's a gas. Like, what do you
metal
mean?
and gears and shit.
It's a gas. So then I think saying I smell gas was his like inward to like, oh, you're a mechanic, which is the furthest from the truth. Man, I don't know shit. I mean, I try to fix it.
No, I smell gas.
Yeah, I smell gas, right? So then next thing I know, the hood's up and he's talking about, well, do you think it's this? So it's up and he's like, do you think it's this? And I'm like, do I think it's the fucking car? Like, yeah, no shit, I think it's the fucking car. So I was like, fuck, dude, I didn't even know. Now, this is something, if you people know cars, I didn't know this. I don't even know if this is an actual thing. But like, okay, so here,
Johnson rod.
Yeah, so here, you there's a tire, the tire pump, like a tire pump, like a tire, like where you put the hose into the tire to fill it up.
Yeah.
Like on your, what's that thing called, a stem or whatever that comes out of your wheel?
Yeah.
Called stem. Okay.
Yep.
This guy, and I don't know if this is in every car. I probably should look, but I never know. So how it was set up was like his engine is this way, and here's the spark plugs, and here's a stem, like a stem like that. And he just goes, here, look. And he hits it with a key, it pushes the thing down, and gas shoots up. And I'm like, I'm not even sure that's a thing on a car. Like that sure seems like an after part, like to bleed the gas.
Why would you?
I don't know much about engines, but like,
what's the point of that?
What's the benefit of that?
No, I don't, Nathan. I didn't feel threatened at all. No. That's not what I'm asking you. Yeah, like the tire nipple thing. Yeah, like so. Then he was talking about the spark plug. I didn't feel it was that
he tweaked the tire nipple and it squirted. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, but it was inside the engine. So
yeah. So he put his finger inside the engine, give it a little.
No. Here's the engine block. Here is where your spark plugs are going. I assume they're spark plugs. I think they're spark plugs that go into the engine block. Right here, next to the fourth spark plug, was a little tire nipple thing, and he took a key and put it in there, and gas shot out. Which I'm going. First off, that seems like a terrible safety feature in a vehicle that gas could spray out.
Benefit that? What is that? But what is the point of doing that?
Yeah, that sounds like a fuel injector or something that should not be out in the open, and you should not be able to do that.
Yeah.
I'm no expert on cars by any means.
I'm not either. So he's pointing to like this, which he said it was the fuel. He said it was a fuel injector. Well, I've done those in my vehicle. I've done that.
Fucking Mad Max. He doesn't have a war boy sitting on his fucking hood in the middle of the road, just fucking spitting on it and pushing buttons to get the fucking injector.
Yeah. So like he's calling this a fuel injector, and I'm going, I've replaced the fuel rail and shit on my boat, but that's where I think the spark plug goes in. I think it's a spark plug, and he's calling that a fuel injector. And I'm like, I'm not sure, but I'm not sure how that works. And he keeps playing with wire. I'm like, son, don't play, young man, please do not play with the wires. Like, there's gasoline here, and you're fucking around with wires. And that's when I go, no, sir. I think I didn't call him sir. He was well younger than me. I said, young man, I don't think it's an electrical problem because your car, as you told me, and I can hear the dinging, turns on. But he's like, yeah, but then the gas doesn't. I go, no, I don't know why your engine's overflowing.
No, stop.
I didn't slap his hand. By the way, this gentleman thanked me thoroughly. Did thank me thoroughly.
Don't make me.
Well, he was appreciative. That's good.
Yeah, especially the second time when I told him, please don't fucking push the gas pedal while I'm pressing the gas nipple that's shooting gas. Like, yo, my man, please don't do that. There's no young men anymore. I pulled hey, my man, do not fucking do that again. So
sorry, boss.
He did not say boss. He didn't say boss.
Oh my god, perfect.
So then, so I'm like, what? So then, at that point, no, he did not call me boss. Right. No, he didn't. He did not call me boss. So then this is like, but at what point do you get out, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was trying to be nice about just getting the shit in there, but now he's got that. Now I see that. I'm like, yeah, for sure. Sure as shit when I see this. I'm like, well, try starting the fucking car. He's like, sweet. I was like, oh, no, not sweet. We're putting the hood down on this bitch, and I'm taking 5 feet away, because if you start that car, that thing starts igniting. I'm not catching this in like the fucking face, dude. Are you out of your shit? So I back up, and it starts. I go, cool. He goes, what's that mean? I go, yeah, you flooded your tank. And then he asked how long it was. And I was like, there. And then for some reason, I never used to have this feeling in me. But then, of course, I see the car seat. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, man. These people, like, I know what it's like to be stranded someplace and it suck. But then y'all got a kid probably that's someplace that you probably eventually got to pick up. Like, that's some hard relate. So.
Yeah, but do you really want to help them get to some place to pick up this kid, to put them in this death trap car with finger flicking the gas injector?
Yeah, you probably don't want the kid in that car. Yeah, you
no, they're going to the. He already said he needs to get to the mechanic, which is 4.5 miles away, 5 miles, 4.5 really away, to get the car fixed.
Don't worry, Cheddar Bob gonna fix it,
bro. Hey, I don't. You've never bet. Hey, I've been to State Fair before.
8 miles.
Got a lot of shit fixed. That it ain't. There's one truck they fixed for us. Like one of my friends had that they fixed for us, where we had to actually like physically get out of it and start running with the truck. But then you could click into first gear, and then you could jump in the back, and then you could go through the window.
Car.
Yeah,
pop it.
like who?
Pop it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know what you're saying, but yeah.
Pop it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, whatever. Only one way to learn how to be a better poor person. What are you talking about?
Nice car, Mrs. LaRusso.
Here's a no. So like at the at the bus stop, he did say I was like, cool, man. He's like, man, I really thank you. You didn't have to do this. I was like, cool. And then I tried to get. Then he took off and went down.
Dude, I would have probably lost him at the first intersection. Wait, you weren't turning? Oh.
Right. Oh, I thought you were good. See you later.
He's moving now. He's okay.
I did get caught at a red and actually caught back up to him after that. I mean, he had his hands. It was lucky that I did, because if I didn't, he would have been stuck at fucking 8 Mile in front of that bus stop. And you know how that hooting and hollering is going to start over there, especially with a female in the car with you. It was not going to go. Yeah. He would have been in a lot of trouble. I mean, when they saw me, they were trying. They were. You got old man look at me like, oh son, you were stupid. And I was like, oh yeah, I know I'm dumb, bro. I know I'm dumb. I know what I'm doing is stupid. I get what you're saying here.
First month was on me.
See you later. I don't even use that AAA shit. I think I have it. So, well, all right. I hope that young man is doing all right, and whatever that lady situation is works out for him. So.
Oh,
thanks for all the advice.
That was
thanks for the advice on shoes and helping people out.
Somehow we got from fucking California boss sending you one.
Well, he asked me how far I was going, so I had to tell him. I don't.
You pushing Cheddar Bob home on the fucking 8 Mile.
Guy wasn't Cheddar Bob. He was a very nice dude.
I bet. That's it. It was entertaining. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know I had a lot of fun tonight, so we'll be back next week.
Yeah, I like that. We gotta have that Jack guy back.
That format with the flip flopping of the tier list at the beginning and all that was interesting. Like I didn't hate that. I kind of like that.
You know what? Hold on, can I address this real quickly?
Oh boy.
So they're actually some of the guys we were hanging out with, and Pete, you might not know this, in Baltimore, because they were asking. They love to hear some of the stories too. They actually, one of them, I've been trying to get a hold of. I think I'm going to try to get a hold of one of them for something, because he had brought up the same thing. He's like, dude, like you should tell these stories more. And then I was watching Oversimplified, which is one of the history things I watch, and they just have like it's like round-headed people, and they tell the story, and they kind of just like
a weird,
just a little animated. And I'm thinking like, yeah, dude, that would kind of be fun to get the animation down because they had actually mocked up some of their comic books. They had mocked up. They mocked up one of their comic books with me in the comic book. Like they had taken a picture of me apparently that night, cropped it out, and mocked up a comic with me telling a story that Pete, you probably heard there. But yeah, we should try to figure that out. If you guys know anybody who's good at like just stick figure animation or whatever, I got a couple ideas.
Dude, that was like one of my favorite.
Now that
Dude,
would bring the stories together perfectly.
I can't think. It
That
was like
would've-
Ricky Gervais, and the dude he would always make fun of was like a guy who used to work for him. He used to
Oh,
make
yeah.
fun of him, and then we used to tell stories, and then they animated the stories in their podcast. It was Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant.
Steven Merchant.
Carl Pickett. See, my wife can hear me outside.
You know where they got that off of?
What's that?
They used the same animator that we used to use at Red Bull to do the stories for the call in from the 1-800 lines.
Yeah, they just animate the shit just for fun, and
They just animate it.
yeah, it was hilarious. Just based off of the stories you tell, and then they'd animate it.
Yeah, we gotta get it. I would do that more because I think I could tell the stories better because I don't like to use a lot of people's names because like the stories too with them and stuff like
You just make fake names.
Right.
yeah, I try that. It doesn't work well because
You're just not good at coming up with fake names. So just
yeah, I
let
just
me
said
make up
I
fake
said the name of the city is Street City. Like the fuck is that?
I
It's a
know.
bad fucking-
Again, let me make it up for you.
yeah, not
Maybe
good.
I'd come up with something better than
At
street.
least you know if I'm lying because I can't come up with fucking anything. Fucking
Yeah, I get with number 1 Happy Street. Given from My Blue Heaven. There's plenty of options you could
see
come
that's
up
what you
with.
could. Yeah. All right.
842 Evergreen Terrace. Easy.
Why do I know
Well, I
that?
don't know what you guys are talking about.
That's where Homer lives.
Oh.
I was like, why do I know that?
Oh, see, that would have been perfect because the name of my city could have been Evergreen because there's a bunch of evergreen. That would have made perfect sense. Yeah. Cool. All right.
On that bombshell, thank you all. We will see you guys next week. And yeah, make sure you come back and watch the Hot 10 on Friday, Qualified, SNS, Tales on the Dark Side, and everything else we do here.
Thanks for watching all of our shows.
Yeah, plenty of stuff. I know I've been kind of lazy. I've been kind of skipped the Thursday shows, but I'll figure it out. I'll get back to it one of these days once I got time. But with that said, we'll see you all later.